out of my face.
Yeah.
You're blocking my view.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell at you. No.
You're also gonna yell at me if I do mash during cutscenes.
Shut up.
I'm going to train you
Stop
to be a better masher.
I'm
As
really...
if I'm good at mashing, which I'm not.
This is like the 8th
Go the
RPG
hell
I've
away.
run. You'd think I'd be good at it by that point. You should put that down.
All the world needs is
is
me.
me.
I
I got my values. So you can keep yours, alright?
God, I hate Neku.
I don't get people. Never have.
Never will. We PB'd yesterday, by the way. That's the splits. We did it offline, though. We could upload it, but hopefully we can PB today.
Yeah, I mean, we had, like, a ridiculously terrible week 1.
Yeah, but we still saved 7 minutes. Or 6 minutes.
The thing is, our week 1 was awful, but it was about the same length as the week 1 in our last run, so we have a ton of time to save.
Not yet.
I also... Now. Or no, not now. One of these fades to black. I also wasn't playing super well yesterday.
Neither was I. I played like garbage.
Hopefully I'll play better today, but I'm exhausted, so...
I was exhausted yesterday. Hopefully this will be our Caliban submission video.
The world ends with Twiwa.
Huh?
Oh, day 1. I like how in every co-op game we run, I don't play until, like,
That's pretty
way
common.
into the run.
I mean, that's pretty common though, because like in most co-op games are like designed for single player with co-op tagged on.
Yeah, that's valid.
So unless we're playing like
You're
Castle
good as
or
gold.
like a beat 'em up, which we did try to run at one point.
Oh yeah, we played Dragon's Crown.
It's,
I love this opening cutscene. It's really good. The world ends with you. With you.
with me?
With you.
Oh god, I'm gonna end the world!
It's all your fault. Okay.
Can we talk about how that never happens?
Yeah, I was about to make that exact comment. Yeah, Rhyme jumping off a building after an explosion never happens. That's not something that happens in this game. There are no explosions at any point.
But I do want to play the version of the game that has that. Can the sequel have that moment, please?
That would be so good.
Oh, what if in the sequel Rhyme's a partner character?
Yes, please.
What if the sequel actually comes out? That'll be my biggest surprise.
Yeah, that would be cool.
They did tease it. Also, hi RBW.
God, I love Joshua. God, I hate Joshua.
I know, right?
I objectively, unquestionably love Beat, though.
Beat's a good boy. Even if he is kind of, even if he is about as smart as a sack of bricks.
Yeah. Mashing.
Well, there go all but 4 of the players.
Right now, we have to stop the noise.
We have to stop the noise.
Watch yourself. That was not
Difficult fight. Difficult fight. Okay, that's the big reset point, just that frog.
Yeah. Yeah, we're past the frog's death. It's not actually a frog of death. Ooh, look at that pattern.
Yeah, we got it perfect.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, we dashed through in the perfect way.
I mean, I think we just got good random luck.
It's not random. They do respond to your patterns.
I don't
It's
think they
just
do
very
so
small.
consistently, though.
They do, it's just slight variations.
Alright.
Enemy AI is not random in this game. Presumably, I was standing at like the one distance that they can't figure out how to deal with.
Something like that.
Huh? What?
The world ends with just me.
We can do this, Neku!
Yep.
Here it comes! Huh. There!
This fight looks really slow, and that's because it is, but there's also really no way to optimize it.
Yeah, we don't like have sync boost, so alternating doesn't really do anything. In a bit, we'll be able to take turns doing attacks to get more damage, but for right now, it doesn't work. It doesn't work until after today.
Yeah.
You're good as gone.
Ah. You kind of just have to hope they'll stand together.
Here it comes!
Yeah.
Die!
Yeah, with the specific layout of this fight in particular, it's really difficult to get the frogs into the safe positions.
That wasn't too bad, though.
You got them together for quite a while, which was really nice.
Yeah, you can't kill them in just one fire. Those frogs, if you notice, the ones at the beginning have black legs, these have blue legs. These are slightly stronger frogs, that's why they're taking a little longer to die.
I don't think that's true, actually. I think the other ones had blue legs, but they are stronger.
Yep.
No,
Well,
there's
then the
a
game
big
just
boy.
cheats. So right now we can build the sync gauge, but it doesn't actually do anything yet, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they teach you how to use the sync gauge, but you don't get anything for filling it.
No, and you don't get the damage boosts yet either
It's all you!
for alternating,
That was
so...
nothing.
It sure is
a
there,
tutorial.
yeah.
But the basic idea of combat in this game, I guess this is commentary now. After I split.
Gold!
Nice. The basic idea of combat in this game is you have pins that can be activated in a bunch of various ways, mostly revolving around motion controls, such as tapping the screen, tapping an enemy, tapping your character, slashing, shaking, etc. And so yeah, you use different pins in different ways. Once co-op is enabled, halfway through this day, usually it's about 12 minutes into the run, mashing. Well, I'll also be playing, and I'll also have my own set of pins, and we'll be able to alternate attacks on the same enemy to get more damage.
So while I do these tutorials, why don't you explain the story of this game?
Oh yeah, so Neku Sakuraba is a pissy edgelord who sucks. But over the course of the next 3 hours and change, we're gonna feed him a bunch of ice cream until he's cool enough to wear cool biker gear, and then decide he wants to have friends. Did I get it right?
Sure. Do you want some ice cream?
Yes?
Because I notice you're not wearing a biker jacket.
Yeah, I could use some ice cream before I'm ready to wear a biker jacket. There's also some stuff about, like, playing a game to come back to life, and some guy named the Composer, and there's Reapers and Noise. And...
Some guy named the Composer. Hello, my name is Harold Composerman.
You're good as gone.
Welcome to my game. Oh, heck. That was too far away.
I always forget that that one has range.
I do too.
That was
It's
nothing.
usually not relevant, except for here.
Yeah, so this tutorial is going to teach us how to use all of the different, essentially, starter pins.
Your senses.
These starter pins basically cover all of the pin activation techniques you're going to need in the game, more or less.
Yes, good motorcycle.
Nice. Obstacles in this game are normally random, but in orange fights, like orange noise, like these fights, which are like story fights, they're usually consistent.
But their spawn locations are different, so we want the motorcycle where it was.
Yeah, ideally you want the motorcycle to the right, because you can kill the frogs really easily. And then the slash pin you can slash with.
Those are our best pins.
Yeah, these basic pins are actually pretty good. We're going to be using them for quite a bit of the game, and then we're going to use them like 2/3 of the way in for an area that limits what pins you can use. You can use these ones. Is one of the acceptable options, so they're actually pretty good.
Huh?
Neku has 2 of the big player pins that let you read brains.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to be an important plot point.
And if it is, they'll tell us about it right now and not in the last 10 minutes.
Here's Beat and Rhyme. These are our friends. In a couple days, they're going to teach us about memes.
But for right now, we're just gonna get into a fight for no reason, because
And,
Neku's a jerk.
Beat Rhyme is very alive. And Beat is very not a Reaper.
I mean, both of these things are true.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, no, Rhyme is dead like everybody else.
Yeah, everyone's dead right now. Text option menus in this game are weird. They force you to use motion controls. Heck. Like I was saying, they force you to use
No, that
motion
was the right
controls
one.
for,
That was the right
for no
one.
reason.
Haha,
Oh,
yeah.
nice. They force you to use motion controls for no reason. The controls in combat feel really good, I feel like, Snowvix. But there's a lot of spots where the motion controls are unnecessary. There's also some types of inputs, for example, press empty space, which is something I'll be doing in week 2, that just don't work. But by and large, things are pretty good. Guess you need to go click pins at some point here.
Yep, after we can enable co-op.
Oh, that's true. We can't even get into the menu right now, I don't think.
No, we can, but what's the point in doing 2 menus? Thanks for the luck, Demarine, and hi, Snowbag.
And now comes the most important part of the run, controller pairing RTA.
This is actually fairly difficult. If you're not leaving the controllers flat when you do it, the controllers will permanently be desynced, and you have to repair them, which loses more time than it should.
Yeah. So our 2 pins for now are going to be slash and flick, because they're decent.
Focus.
And now I get to play the video game.
Whoa!
So now our main goal is going to be to attack the same enemies.
Oh, nice, we got a truck.
Watch yourself.
If you look at that meter at the bottom of the screen, that goes up whenever we alternate attacking the same enemy, and it's literally just a multiplying factor on our attack. So naturally, we want 2x attack, which is the maximum it hits, because, you know, that's good.
You ever seen that one episode of Evangelion where, like,
Focus.
Shinji and Asuka have to, like, do stuff in sync? This game is pretty much that.
It's pretty much Pacific Rim.
Watch yourself.
That's a very slightly less nerdy reference than I made. I mean, the nerdiest reference of all here is the game itself.
Yeah.
It's substantially nerdier than either of those things.
So now we're gonna go polish a dog.
No, we're gonna go look at a dog and hope to polish it.
That's fair. Here's some exposition that we're gonna mash through.
Foreshadowing.
Woo! My name's Ram Crunch.
We have a 3rd pin slot now, so we're gonna take a 3rd pin. Menuing in this game is very hard because you have to do it with motion controls.
Yeah. The first 2 days of this game are kinda... The game starts to get into its kind of regular format in day 3. Days 1 and 2 are pretty much entirely tutorial. Teaching how to do the combat and how to use pins and stuff like that.
Okay.
Anyways, we've looked at a dog. Now we're gonna go listen to someone think about a dog. Which is gonna give us the idea to polish the dog.
This weird person who, like, is very in love with that statue right there.
Yeah. That was good matching, by the way.
I'm getting better.
This game has a lot of text, unfortunately, so...
New Game Plus gets a button to skip text, but not us.
The bottom right corner of this dog is impossible to polish. Good job.
It's kind of like, oh boy, the exit zone. I don't want to press that. I'm gonna have to repolish the dog.
This won't be hard.
This fight is great because all of these wolves spawn super close together,
Why don't you back
which means as soon as my Lariat is ready, I can do this and just get all of them, except for this one decided to run away this time, but that's fine.
One of them usually gets away. No big.
Yeah. The Mr. Mew Lariat move, the spinning cat plushie, is really good. Shiki is just really good in general. They give you a really good partner for week 1. And the partners each week are going to get more difficult and less effective to use, all in all, as Neku grows. Now we fight Shadow the Hedgehog.
This is an easy boss.
This is, yeah. Yeah, like, normally I would be like, oh, this boss is so hard, and do just like the, you know, the exaggerated difficulty as speedrunning commentary shtick, but this boss is ridiculous.
We wouldn't have time to finish the joke.
Yeah, that was it. With bosses with health meters in this game, if there's other enemies on screen, you don't need to kill them. And they'll just die as soon as the boss does, so even if you're looking for drops, it will kill them.
Yeah, plus we're not looking for drops.
Yeah, I don't think
boss
there's
ads.
any... Yeah, I don't think there's any point at which we're looking for drops from a random enemy in a boss, except for the off chance for rare metal in Cornix Cannon.
Yeah, but that's unlikely to happen. It is nice if it does, though.
Yeah. Yeah, rare metal is an item we're gonna need quite a bit of, but
I think we need like 17.
there's
or
only
something.
generally one time we have to farm for it.
The game-
And it's very unlikely that you'll have to do extra farming. You usually just do one set of 4 fights, and that's almost always good enough. But if you have to do 4 more fights, it's not the end of the world.
Plot check-in. Hey, Neku, kill your friend. Okay.
Neku, don't kill me!
Nah.
I have to, because she said so!
That clearly evil woman told me to murder you.
Neku's not a good person.
No.
Alright. So now we're done with the tutorial days. And we are heading into the 3rd day, which is where things are going to get serious. We have a boss that's a total pain in the butt here. Today we're going to do shopping. We're going to do extra fights. We're going to do a side quest for its reward. Today is like big kid day. Did I mention that there's a boss that's a total pain? Also, then there's more of this.
Yeah, we get to see the end of this. You see this scene here? We're gonna be seeing the second half of this scene over the next week.
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey, we now have the power to turn off the game.
Yay!
Because that's not a thing they give you till now. Anyway, Shiki's alive.
So after this shenanigans happens, our boy Mr. Hanakoma steps in to be like, hey, you're not allowed to do that, because Mr. Hanakoma is in charge of making sure the Reaper's game is played fairly.
Our guardian angel.
Basically, yeah. There's no other implications of that statement matching. This conversation is really long, and we're going to see it play out over literally an entire week in small chunks.
I just want that cash transferred to my account, cause it make me feel alright.
This game was created in like what, 2007? So
yeah.
in Japan, so our aesthetics are pins and flip phones. and aggressively stylish.
I mean, yeah, this game is freaking gorgeous. Like, everything about this game is visually stunning.
Huh?
It's also aggressively dated at this point, but... Menuing is really hard. These like little text prompt menus are such a pain. So now we're gonna go down this way to go find this guy that we're looking for. These red hooded dudes, these are wall reapers. They're reapers that put up walls, if that wasn't obvious by the name. And they usually give you some task you have to accomplish.
Little fun fact about them is that if they've got red hoodies, you know for a fact that you're going to at some point need to pass them through the story. If they have black hoodies, they are optional, and the main gimmick, the main reason to do it is clearing their wall gives you a reward, although it does give you access to areas you wouldn't normally have during that day. Which is not usually a super big deal, but does matter one time in the run.
Yeah, we'll go to or through a couple optional wall reapers in the run. We'll use one to get a rare material that we need to make a really powerful item at the end of this week.
Anyway, so now we got a tutorial fight. You see, the game is going to teach us how to use this sync pin that lets you do a big 26-second animation attack that does a lot of damage.
That we're definitely going to use all the time, because 26 seconds isn't ridiculously long.
Now, for some reason, the game doesn't actually force you to use this. It just gives you the option and fills up your sync meter for you. And this fight isn't going to take us 26 seconds.
Doesn't matter. Nice, that was really good. We kept 2.0 sync that entire time. So that's the last tutorial segment, so pig. Pigs in this game are your metal slime type enemies. They give you rare or valuable drops, and there's limited numbers of them, and they're somewhat hard to find. We're gonna do a couple pigs to help us get items or accomplish other tasks. We'll fight some pigs in week 3 just because we need extra fights quickly.
We'll fight a total of 4 pigs throughout the round.
Yeah. These pigs give you money, which is important because we need to buy a lot of stuff early on to start our equipment route. Speaking of buying things, we're gonna go buy some ramen.
Yay! Also watch cutscene. Whoa! So although no one can see us outside, people can see us in stores so long as someone's graffitied the entrance for us.
Yeah, because we're in like the Shibuya Underground, which is the dead people realm checkbox. So then we're gonna buy no. We didn't want that.
It's okay, it's just 600 yen.
Yeah. So we're gonna buy 2 miso, a shio for a quest, and a tonkatsu. The tonkatsu is for Neku's bravery. The miso is for Shiki's attack.
So we're gonna start them eating those right now. Basically, characters can eat up to 24 bites a day, with the last 6 bites refreshing. I know that's confusing, but basically the way it works is
It's edible.
we're gonna put food here. Every time we do a fight, one of those is gonna drain.
Delicious.
Yeah. And we're also going to put our level down. In this game, you can lower your level, which all it does is lower your health to that of that level. In exchange, every level you go down gives you an additional star, which the number of stars you have is a multiplying factor on drop rates. So we're going to be doing low level for like 2/3 of the game to get...
Here it comes.
get drops. I'm trying to
The
play.
car wasn't clean.
That was a good fight.
Yeah, but it didn't end up mattering because the car ended up doing a bajillion damage on the way.
Yeah, cars do a lot of damage. The thing with pins that allow you to throw objects, psychokinesis pins, is that they're sort of at the mercy of randomness because you might just not have good objects to throw. You could end up with like a couple traffic cones, which don't do a lot of damage, or you can get cars.
So basically, this person was being brainwashed by noise to do a bad job as a stage tech, and we did it. And now he's just doing a bad job as a stage tech because he's a bad stage tech.
Yeah. Now we gotta fight 2 long boys. We gotta hope there are long boys
Ooh,
here.
they're both towards the start.
Nice. That's good luck. This game has such good music.
We can do this, Neku. Again. Neku. Here it comes. Nice. Nice.
Come on. Got it. Easy. We're having very good fights this time.
Yep. Alright, that's 2 500s. We need a total of 5 500s. If we don't get them now, then that means that we have to grind a little bit next week, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's typically only a couple fights.
You're good as gone.
Our drop odds will just continue to get better as the game goes on, because we'll get more drop stars from being more and more under-leveled. And my pins are out. That's fine.
Here it comes.
Flying enemies in this game are terrible, and none of the characters I'm going to play as are going to be good at dealing with them. More 500s, that's good.
Yep, that should be enough, I think.
We've only had one run where we've had to grind for 500s, I think.
Yeah, but it can happen.
So now here's Beat and Rhyme again. They're going to teach us about memes. What's a meme?
Huh?
So some education.
Memes are things used to brainwash people.
Yeah. In the universe of The World Ends With You, anytime you see or hear a meme, it automatically gets sent to your phone. It's truly dystopia. So now we're gonna use a meme to try and help this guy. We got a meme. Blackout. So we're gonna convince this guy that the answer to his problem is blackout. Which wasn't really helpful. Then we're gonna go shopping, question mark?
No, not yet. We gotta go get some more memes, but first we have a pig to fight.
Yeah, we have to come back to this screen later. We need to go shopping here. It doesn't really matter exactly when you do it,
It
so
saves
money.
a little bit of time to do it later because it's a little less walking.
Here it comes.
Easy.
Pig fights are actually really easy. They were a lot harder on the DS version of this game.
That's how it's done.
So we need to learn 2 memes. One is for story progression, the other is for a lot of money. Because
Yeah.
we can clear a little hidden side quest that I think most people who played this game never noticed.
Open up your
So
senses.
Sevens, that cool musician with the spiky hair, has a cough. So this side quest is going to involve us convincing that tech guy that he needs to buy Sevens some cough drops.
When actually what we need him to buy is a fuse, but we can get him to buy both.
Yeah. So we're gonna scan this cool punk girl over here, who's gonna give us the meme cough drops. Hey Kaylee, wanna hear a great meme?
No.
Okay. Understandable, have a nice day.
Hey, you want to hear a great meme?
Yeah!
Cough drops! Hey, guess what? Check your phone, it's sent there.
Oh. So now we're gonna tell him to go get some cough drops. This is going to give us a pin that we can sell for 20,000 yen, which is a lot of money. Those pigs each gave us 5,000.
Plus one of the Reapers, so that gives us a total of 15,000.
And we have a bunch of 500s, as we mentioned earlier.
Which we need to save. We have more than enough for tomorrow that we get to skip the wall.
Yeah.
We're gonna go buy a couple things in here. First is Monstratus. We're gonna buy Neku, this ugly yellow t-shirt. We're gonna go buy Shiki, this ugly brown t-shirt, which is very in character for her to wear, totally.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
and then we're gonna buy
Sunshine.
8 ice creams. In this universe, like we said, you eat ice cream until you're brave enough to wear cool biker gear. So, that's what we're gonna do. Once Neku's done with his tonkatsu ramen, he's just gonna eat 8
Come
ice
again.
creams. And then medication to make him even braver.
Yep. If you can't get ice cream, pills will do fine. Anyway, we're gonna put the shirts on them.
Yep, these will give us a little bit better stats.
specifically attack. It's the only stat we care about.
Yeah.
We can deal with anything else. I think in our casual playthrough, at the end of the game, we had -3 defense. So
Yep.
we're good. So like, and that was us playing casually. So like, if you're paying attention, you can do okay without.
So now we need to
defense.
go watch the tech buy those cough drops because he's incapable of doing anything on his own.
We just have to stand there and watch, yeah. And now the tech will be like, wait, that wasn't what I was supposed to get. And then we can tell him to go get the fuse.
I love this tech. I don't remember what his name is, but I love him.
His name is Stage Tech.
That's definitely not his name.
Fun fact, if you go into that store during this day, they say you're just not cool enough to buy from them.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, there were the cough drops. And now Seven's gonna be like, hey, thanks for helping us. Here's a really, really, really expensive piece of merchandise. Now we head back into the concert stage. Today's mission was to defeat the Master of A East, which is this place.
What?
And so this is the Master of A East, is the worst boss in the game.
Yeah, casually, if you're playing this, like actually figuring out what you're supposed to do
Okay.
here is...
It took us like 20 minutes. So what you have to do is use Shiki to get a 3-hit combo on the boss, then do that attack.
I can't. Enough. Yeah.
There. Here it
Oh,
comes.
my
One
goodness,
cycle might actually be possible even without,
Again.
There we go. So yeah, you have to do this twice.
Yep, it's still fast. You can do it in one with a sync attack, but the sync attack is a 26-second animation, so this is still faster.
Oh,
Again.
my bad. Come on, Cheeky.
Here it comes.
Boom. Yeah, that's a huge time save.
Yeah, that's faster. We used to do a single attack there,
not an
but
option.
As it turns out, it's faster just to do 2 cycles.
yeah, I mean, we could save more time there. My pin drained at a really bad time. I should have been paying more attention. Oh no, that wasn't the master. Here's your master.
Beat and Rhyme did something useful! Don't get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've seen the foundation, holding up a ragged nation. You know in your mind what it's like.
So yeah, that was day 3, first big kid day.
What?
Week 1 is really dense. We do a lot of shopping and stuff like that in the early game.
Yep. So then we don't gotta do it in the late game.
Yeah, we're basically, our route for this game is to buy mostly Wild Boar and Tiger Punk's gear. Their gear is the cool biker punk stuff that...
Brands are a big deal in this game for reasons.
Yeah, this game is about fashion, but we're gonna basically buy from the brands that give high attack. In this game, you unlock better clothes from shops, like to buy, just over time, but also by increasing shop loyalty. So we have to buy stuff from Wild Boar and Tiger Punks to unlock their best gear. That was a nice time save.
Yeah. By the way, to anyone getting really excited over the gold, we cleared the splits after last run.
Yeah,
We
so
cleared
this
our
is
goals.
just our PB. That being said, that was a pretty good split. It could have been better, though.
I mean, the only one we did faster that was from before we cleared the split and we didn't used to do shopping that day.
Yeah.
And it's only like 15 seconds slower. People talk too much. They're the real noise. My name's Neku. I hate people.
Yeah. So our mission today is just to make it to Tower Records, which is just a couple screens over. So Beat's like, hey, let's race there. And Neku's like, no. So instead, we're going to take our time. We're going to go do some shopping at 10-4, where we're going to buy some good clothes, including the start of our Wild Boar Tiger Punks route.
So basically, Beat here is like, hey, race me. And then Neku's like, I don't want to race you, but I'm not going to tell you that until you've run off. And then we go shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, so now we have to learn about fashion, because as you can very clearly see from Neku's design, he clearly knows nothing about fashion, and just threw on whatever.
Yep, his outfit doesn't look coordinated at all.
Huh?
Even so far as going to have his hoodie match his sweatshirt.
His hoodie matches sweatshirt.
His hoodie matches headphones.
Yeah, no, not fashionable at all whatsoever.
Anyway, we're gonna learn a bit about Shiki's backstory, as well as how trends work in this game.
Yeah, so Shiki sews all her own clothes. She made that outfit. She also made the cat plushie that I use in combat. It's her only psych. Neku is weird in that he can use whatever pins he wants. That's not normally how it works. But protagonist. Ah, heck.
It's so hard.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just let you use, like, the stick.
I don't want to use the stick
So
for
Wild
anything.
Boar, we're gonna buy the Alive.
Come on in.
We're gonna buy 2 alives. And we're gonna go to...
Thanks a bunch.
Musratus for the nylon waist packs.
Hi there. Thanks a bunch.
Then we need Shiki's star cap, right?
Yeah, we didn't actually sell
Back
things
soon.
though.
That is okay, we'll sell things after.
Yeah, we have to come
Doesn't
back
actually
here
matter.
anyways.
Well, no we don't. But it doesn't really matter.
So now we're gonna sell that pin we got for 20,000, which is a lot of money.
Yep, that is 200 American
Come on
dollars.
in. Uh-huh.
So we're gonna get the star cap. We're gonna
Yep.
get this fusion boost for Shiki.
And the
this
attack sticker.
Thanks a bunch.
Stickers are stat boosts. That's all you really need to know about them. And now that we have some better gear, we're going to equip it. I don't think
So
Neku's
Neku
brave
can't wear
enough.
that yet. Shiki's gonna put on this stuff.
And now we proceed on our merry way.
Oh,
So now we need to get 2 1000s, right? That's today.
Yep. So we can't chain fights together yet, so we have to take them one at a time, but that's okay.
Yeah, so we need to get 2 1000 yen pins, which you get from the blue frogs.
Which are in this, like, long boy type enemy and the little frog type. With our level, the frogs are almost guaranteed to drop them. If we're really unlucky, they won't.
here it comes.
Okay, so we got one from that one.
Oh, you went over there. Hey, hey,
Again. Why don't you back off?
it's over here.
No, it died. It's this
Here
one.
it comes.
That fight was kind of sloppy. Though, if you let those wolves get out of control, then they're a huge pain. Oh, got one.
Not
The only reason I knew it died was because I leveled up. So now that I've leveled up, a couple things have changed. One, I can turn down our level again. 2, I can equip this alive, which has much more attack than the yellow teeth.
Yeah. With the way the, like, number scaling in this game works, it's pretty much always worth it to menu to up your attack.
We can do
Okay,
this.
this fight has a bunch of frogs, which is a lot easier.
Plus, it's got this big car for me to use.
Here it comes.
I barely got to do anything
There's no
in
frog
that
left.
fight. Oh my god. Now that I have the chance to do something, I can't do anything.
That one
apparently.
frog was like, would you want... Was like,
Losing's
like,
not
I
an
don't want to
option.
die, you die. I'm a frog.
I'm
Screw
a
you.
frog. Frogs in this game.
There's a...
If you play the post game,
Well, specifically, we were clearing the noise index, which meant we had to grind out this one very specific rare frog spawn that took us like an hour to find.
well, I mean, then there was also Pork City. Ah, enough! I can't take it anymore! It's coming loose! The button on your shorts. Shiki is gonna fix Neku's pants. And since Shiki showed us her tethering skills, we get Love Me Tether,
The
which
best
is a really good pin that's going to evolve into one of the best pins. So we're going to equip that right now and use it for literally the rest of the game.
And while we're in the pins menu, we're also going to do that.
Poison Bones equips inflicts defense break.
So yeah, the objective there was get 500, or get
Five 500 yen
500s,
pins.
but guess what we already made sure to get before we came here?
Yeah.
Well, Beat and Rhyme seem like they're having fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure
They're having a great day.
I'm sure nothing will turn to the. I'm sure a surprise turn to the horrible won't happen.
Literally right now.
And now.
Remember how I said Rhyme was alive? That wasn't true, but now it's doubly not true.
Bye, Rhyme. God, we're terrible people. This is what happens when you speedrun a game. It's like, oh, that was really sad. 10 runs later. Rhyme is dead. Screw you, Rhyme. Get good.
Yes, I too turn into a gamer with a capital G after I play video game. Wait, no.
No, it's too late.
Anyway, so now we have some fights. We have to avenge Rhyme by killing frogs. But then we're gonna kill that shark.
Yeah. How's that? Here it comes.
And I can make big chains that go across the screen.
Again.
They're not super useful yet because I got one chain per use, but pins, once they get enough experience, can evolve. And once that one evolves, it'll give me 3 chains, and I can actually, if I'm careful with my drawing chains, I can actually trap enemies between chains. And, like, do 1,000,000 damage and keep them perfectly still for other attacks. So we're mostly using that to level it up.
Yeah. But I mean, even with just one chain, it's really good. So now we're gonna fight this shark noise. The sharks can dive under quote-unquote water, but that's not actually gonna happen because we're gonna keep doing damage to it so it's stuck in place, basically.
I guess it is just a fin, isn't it? I guess no, it's not. If it gets too big by the attack. Well, you got to see if you remember.
Hard boss.
That
2.0
boss is actually, like, on the DS version of this game, it's like the thing of like, hey, this is a difficult game. But in this version, it's like, okay, the shark's dead.
But also, in particular with this game, the difficulty is not scaled well for co-op.
No. Good for us.
Masamune is a pin that we're also going to use for basically the rest of the game. It's really good.
Shiki also finished eating her food, so we can give her more food. God, last run.
Last run, the splits we're running against was a local recorded run we did yesterday at our Speedruns Rochester meeting. We had a terrible week 1 because both of us were exhausted and not really focused. But the rest of the run was pretty good, but we can still do a lot better.
We also got terrible, terrible luck. Like,
Yeah.
stuff beyond.
So we're gonna go to AMX now to buy a CD to give to an optional Wall Reaper. That's gonna let us go to Molco early and buy Tiger Punk's gear today.
So those CDs let you listen to the OST, which is,
Pretty standard JRPG thing. Then we're gonna start this Wall Reaper quest. We have to take out 2 big boys.
First, we need to play Ouija. I mean, Ouija. Don't worry. My hands may hurt from mashing, but they don't hurt that much. Ouija has a terrible controller.
I don't get it.
Ouija has a terrible controller. I accidentally shook it. If you move it too fast, that happens.
Yeah, you have to hit like the exact speed that it won't call you on. So we're gonna help this guy solve his problems with Reaper Creeper.
So first, we're gonna look for. We need 2 big boys.
Big boys?
There's 1 big boy. I would like to chain them together, though. Also, Neku's got a better pin. And Shiki needs more food.
Yep.
It's delicious.
Shiki likes ramen.
Open up your senses.
There we go. 2 big boys.
Perfect. So we did have to scan a couple times there, but getting them in the same place is good enough luck, honestly. So while we're taking on this gamut of enemies, you may have noticed that over the Poison Bones pin, it said Brand Chart 3. In this game, every area has like a fashion chart. Like every individual screen is different and it changes all the time. Like every battle you do changes it. Pins that are high on the fashion chart get attack bonuses. Pins that are weak brands, like Masamune currently, get an attack penalty. That's never really going to be relevant, but it is a thing that happens in this game.
There's a couple of Reaper walls that make you change them, and as we in the speedrunning community call them, the worst couple Reaper walls.
Yeah.
Because they are the most random and the least fun, and require the most preparation for.
Yeah, it's really hard to accurately and consistently control brand trends, because it's not really something that you're meant to control accurately and consistently. Murasame, durable leather, 10,000 yen. That mandatory Reaper is really, really nice to us.
So Murasame is not great, but...
A level 3 Murasame is required to do an optional wall Reaper tomorrow, which is going to give us a second durable leather. We're going to use those 2 durable leathers, along with some items that we're going to buy today and tomorrow as well, in order to get 2 leather biker jackets, which have a 12 attack boost, which is ridiculously good.
We're gonna go shopping again.
Yeah.
Yay, Molko.
Yeah, so now we're in Molko early. Early, it's not like the game doesn't intend for you to be here. So we're gonna go to Tiger Punk's, Cotton Biker Vest, 2
Nice, isn't it?
chokers, and 4 purple sneaks. The purple sneaks are real good.
These are
We're
just
buying 1 for every character in the game that we need to
Nice,
equip.
isn't it?
And then we're gonna go to D&B
Thanks a bunch.
and buy 2 knit casquettes at the bottom.
Hey, man.
These hats are for Neku and for next week's partner.
See you again.
I guess I must have done my math wrong there.
That's fine, we'll buy 1 tomorrow.
No, I can afford it. I just didn't sell enough stuff.
I wouldn't even have worried about it until tomorrow, but shrug. Yeah, we probably should have sold all the 1000s and 500s.
Hey,
No big deal.
man. See you again.
Cool.
So now we're gonna equip.
So now we get a huge attack boost.
Neku can only wear this so far, but Shiki, who starts with a very high bravery, can wear almost everything right off the bat.
Almost.
Or literally everything she needs to. Neku can only wear those, but he'll be okay to wear more in a little bit.
Yeah, we have more fights and stuff to do now. So now we have to kill 3 noise. It doesn't matter what 3 noise. We actually like the big ones. Despite their appearance, they don't actually take longer. The big bears are actually easier to kill than some of the smaller noise. So,
We can do
that
this,
being said,
Neku.
it doesn't make a huge difference. And what's really important is just doing a 3-chain battle.
Plus, we never know what's going to be in the... Now, we might drop chain every now and again here. That's because of this Muramasa pin.
Yeah, Kaylee doesn't have the best pins right now,
Yeah, they,
so we may not be able to chain perfectly, but we're gonna try.
It's definitely worth it for having these. Plus, our attack is absurdly high right now because we just bought a bunch of stuff. So we might be able to finish battles before that even matters, depending on what kind of luck we get in them. The problem with this uppercut is, while it is powerful, you only get 2 shots. And then we have the chain, which I need to be gaining experience on, which right now is only 1 chain, leaving us with only 1 good pin.
Yeah. Yeah, because Poison Bones also has a fixed effect. Hey, wanna activate, Mario? Thank you.
Poison Bones is great, but it's not going to help us with chain. We're actually going to be using Poison Bones for almost the entire game. We're actually going to be using almost everything in the stack for almost the entire game.
Here it comes.
Yeah, we don't use a lot of different pins.
Yeah, that was great.
These fights are hard, because, yeah. What was I gonna say before all of that?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Do you want some Mexican hot dog?
Yeah, I'll take some Mexican hot dog. Yeah, we have to fight 3 fights there to advance the story, because then we realize this isn't working. Our mission today is to basically free Spain Hill from the noise. This is Spain Hill, as you can see by the fact that there is the Mexican hot dog here. Hi, Mexican hot dog. I'd like 5 Mexican hot dog.
These are from much later.
These give you attack. We're gonna feed them to our week 2 and 3 partners. And then we're gonna help these 2. First, we're gonna try and clear the noise around them. Then when that doesn't work, we have different methods of solving their problems.
It's because they're the real noise.
You're good as gone.
2 bear fights are the best, honestly.
2 Bear is my favorite character from Nier Automata.
So, who's next?
So an interesting thing with chaining fights is that, as you can see, our pins states of like how much energy you had left in it actually stays between fights. So tactically, a lot of the times you might see us tactically using our pins.
Unfortunately, I can't do that with the pins I have right
Yeah.
now because they only work on enemies.
Yeah, you might see us tactically using our pins. Like, I finished off Mr. Mularia at the end of that fight so that I would have it as soon as possible in this new fight. Ideally, and this is an extremely unrealistic expectation, we will have, like, full pins for every subsequent fight in the chain, but that's not reasonable. That's not
No.
really possible.
And some of my pins take long enough to drain that it doesn't work out that way.
Yeah. So now, given that destroying the plot-relevant noise isn't working, we have another solution to solving their problems.
Is it
We're
eating
gonna make
ice cream?
them...
That
Yes,
is what we're gonna do.
but also, we're gonna make them talk about their feelings. Didn't Shiki need more food? No, she didn't.
No, Shiki never eats again. I accidentally walked into Mexican hot dog.
It's really... Oh my gosh.
It's
It's
really
really
easy
easy to
to
walk into things by accident.
So, a fun fact about the way the controls in this game work. So you can move around the world map with the stick. But you can also move around the world map, and I don't know why you would, by pointing the Joy-Con somewhere and then pressing the button to move. Meaning that if I'm slightly off with trying to get a text bubble, I'll walk into a building sometimes. There's one specific incident where that plays a really long cutscene, and we're gonna try to avoid that. So it doesn't actually matter which one you drag it to here, fun fact.
Yeah. So by playing Reaper Creeper here, we're making them actually talk about their feelings. What's happening here is the girl on the left saw the girl on the right with the boy she likes. But what was actually happening is the girl on the right was helping the boy get 2 tickets to an event to take himself and the girl on the left to. So by using a Ouija board, we've convinced them to talk about their feelings. And now all that's left to do is take care of the remaining noise, but no more can spawn now. So let this be a lesson. Talk about your feelings. That's the best way to solve them. Or use a Ouija board, one or the other. Oh. We have really good stats now. Today and tomorrow are like, you just get ridiculous stat
So
boosts.
Shiki's done eating forever now.
Shiki will never eat again in her entire life.
She doesn't need more bravery, and nothing we can eat within less than 6 bites, because you only 6 bites refresh.
I remember that there's a boss fight here this time.
I was literally gonna say, don't forget about the boss. Every single time we do this, Proto goes to check its phone.
Yeah, but
And
there's
I'm
a
like,
boss fight here.
Alexis, play the video game.
Yeah, our boss this time is a very special bear.
Very weak bear.
We can do this, Neku.
Yeah, like I said earlier, big enemies in this game are great. They're super easy to hit, and they're all super slow. And we don't need to worry about taking damage in this game, honestly.
I'm trying to tactically time my hits so that my things refresh and no drop game. And
Nice.
to do it.
That was a really good fight.
So this is when Neku finally realizes that everyone's dead, which was a secret only to him. For the record, everyone else was well aware.
Alright, so beginning the next chapter, we're gonna unequip Murasame.
No, we can wait until after the noise fight. Actually,
That's some good mashing you got there. Yeah, it really sucks how text skip is in New Game Plus, but not in the base game.
and New Game Plus is not a very interesting category.
No. New Game Plus Ultimate difficulty is like almost interesting, but not really.
No, you can still max your stats.
Yeah. So today is sort of, our mission today is to dominate the view of the scramble. So what we have to basically do is use imprinting and memes and Ouija boards to convince
To hit on
everyone
the
to
tech.
watch an ad.
Sorry, what? What did you say?
Oh, you know, to hit on the tech.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna help this businessman use his hip slogans that the kids will love in order to sell his products. Yeah.
Open up your senses.
So yeah, this guy has an ad that's gonna go live in 3 hours. We have to convince everyone to watch it. I love the logic of this mission because we have to convince everyone to watch an ad for this cool new pin. How are we gonna do that? By getting everyone to wear the pin.
One more level. Alright, well, we're gonna take that off because if it levels up again, we can't use it anymore, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it would be run over.
Plus, not to mention, it's garbage, and we'd rather use something else in general.
Yeah.
Now, technically, it can survive 5 more fights, so if we got it wouldn't be the end of the world.
It's not a risk worth taking, though.
But yeah, then that 6th fight comes along.
Here it comes.
These birds are annoying.
Yeah, like I said, flying enemies are the worst.
They can also steal my pins, which, considering I only have 4,
Why don't you
is
back
not
off?
great. 'Cause, I mean, they can steal the poison bone since it only does something right at the beginning of battle. Ooh, we got 2 rare metal just from there.
Yeah, so by the end of today, we need a minimum of 5 rare metal.
6.
Well, we'll get 1 free from the story.
No, that doesn't actually happen.
Oh?
Yeah, no. That's in the route notes, but it's wrong.
Oh. So this businessman's hot slogans that he'll use to convince the kids to buy his products are totally gnarly, come get some hot stuff, and unreal, bro. I love this guy. I love these two also. Their names are Sota and Now. Totally gnarly. Totally gnarly! What? I mean, my grandpa, he's totally gnarly, and the only way he's gonna feel better from his sickness is if you wear this pin.
Okay, we're nice people who will believe you, you ass.
Yeah, we're just helping this guy lie.
Reaper review! I love
This
this
is the Reaper
guy.
review.
It's just trivia, which I've memorized.
Yeah. It's the same every time, so. So now, like I mentioned a couple days ago, wow, this run is really long. It's literally 3 weeks. It's Bait and Kaidos 100%. Now we're gonna grind for rare metal.
Focus.
That's not a good spawn.
We want 4 of these in the same spot.
That's not a good spawn.
There's
Focus.
3, but I need the 4 chain to get a good, reliable drop. So go back down to the bottom.
Focus.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna run from that fight, because we didn't grab him in time.
That ended really quickly. Does it normally end that quickly?
No, it, no, it's not consistent how long it takes.
It's weird. Shiki's nagging us for
That can
running
happen.
from a fight.
Your senses.
Got him.
Okay, 4 chain, so that gives us a 24 times drop rate, which is gonna hopefully get us a lot of rare metal.
Your good is gone.
Which is good, because rare metal is a record drop, so we need to do this.
What's technically happening is every fight in the chain multiplies your base star rating by that number, so you know, a 4 chain is times 4. Our base star rating right now is 6, because we're 6 levels under level.
Fun
Kind
fact,
of how the math breaks down.
the maximum drop rate you can possibly get, the maximum drop rate you can possibly get is,
Your good is gone.
1,600. Wait, no, that's wrong, because you can get it even higher through, there's one food that increases that. However, we will never see it that high in the run. You can get it ridiculously high.
Here it comes.
You also get the ability to chain up to 16 in the post game
Was not
Yeah.
as part of it. Then you can increase your base drop rate without losing anything. And finally, you can...
We can do this,
Finally, the level cap is 100.
Wouldn't that mean you can only technically get 99 stars?
Again. Why don't you back
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't be level 0.
But you start with... But you have a star by default.
Oh, yep.
there?
Otherwise, you'd have a drop rate of 0.
Here
Freaking hedgehogs.
Yeah, they took one of my best pins there, so I was kind of stuck.
So every one of those orange pins that we see going to Neku is usually a rare metal, so that's good. Like I said, we need
they're coming from the
6 of
birds.
them. Ideally, we want like 9 now, but we'll have a bunch more chances to get rare metal, so as long as we hit the minimum that we need now, it's not a huge deal.
And we definitely have, I've been keeping track, especially because we got 2 from the other fight. Yeah, we have 8.
Check.
Losing's not an option.
Yeah, 9 is like the meaningful maximum of our want, so... Neku's probably brave enough to wear the sneaks now.
Yep, and
And needs more ice cream.
It's edible.
I'll look, put those right now. But
Why not?
because we have to do more menuing before we do more combat.
Ah, that's true.
Hey, bro, is that pin a Beyblade?
Is basically what just happened. This guy gave a 5th grader one of his skull pins by telling him it had good stats in this universe's Beyblade.
God, Beyblade is a huge thing. I'm so excited. We're gonna get to play some Beyblade later in the run.
Kaylee's really good at Twooey Beyblade.
I'm very good at getting through the Beyblade fast, alright. It's not hard.
So now we're gonna go to the Reaper on the left here.
Yep.
This guy, in exchange, or for showing him a Murasame level 3, we get another bit of durable leather, which is going to allow us to buy 2 cotton biker vests, sell the 500s too. We might as well just get all of them.
No, we're good.
Did you take off Shiki's biker vest?
Nope.
Now we're gonna go to Tiger Punks, and we're gonna buy
Nice, isn't it?
one of those,
Uh-huh.
2 of these,
And what else did we need here?
just an
Thanks a
attack
bunch.
sticker optionally at AMX.
Okay, so nothing else here?
Nope.
Okay, so Shiki's gonna... Neku can't wear his yet because it requires 38 bravery, but this has plus 10 attack, which, in other words, is ridiculous.
Yeah. And also doing that Wall Reaper, take us
Shortcut.
right onto this shortcut, right to where we need to go. Now we're gonna flirt with the tech. Remember that guy from 2 days ago? This game does a good job of bringing back all of its random characters.
Oh yeah, all the little... Missed the spot, that can happen.
Come get
Come
some
go-
hot stuff!
Come get some hot stuff.
There are various readings of what is going on in this conversation right now.
Well, what is actually happening is that Makoto is accidentally hitting on the tech.
I ship them.
And the tech has a very confused reaction to this. And takes the pin for some reason.
Don't forget to equip the skull.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
First thing, we're getting this attack sticker for Shiki. Because we got plenty of extra rare metal.
Yep. Yeah, the attack stickers are good. They give you more attack. What can be bad about that, honestly? It makes fights go faster. Red Skull pin.
Yep, here's the worst pin in the game. We're gonna wear it for a while. Need that.
Motion controls. So now, despite his best efforts to lie to people to convince them to take his products, he's not fashionable yet. So now we're gonna influence trends after
Shiki.
we solve Shiki's problems.
First, Shiki is sad. And Neku's decided that he's gone from reprehensible jerk to jerk who does the right thing once in a while. But is still kind of a jerk.
Huh?
So yeah, this isn't actually Shiki's body. Her entry fee to play the Reaper's game was her real body, and she's been placed in the body of her best friend, Eri. And this makes her feel sad. Because Shiki has jealousy issues about Eri. That we'll get more into over the course of the next couple days.
Nah, just today, really. But the rest of today.
Yeah. Anyways, so this guy isn't fashionable yet. So in order to solve his problem and solve ours at the same time, we're going to influence trends. In this game, you can influence the trends in an area. I think I already explained this. By... Oh. Oh, well. Extra rare metal. We wanted a 3-chain there, but it's hard not to accidentally grab
It's
enemies.
faster just to get out of there. Let's try again. Sometimes 2 come in at the same time.
Sometimes 3 come in at the same time. Now you understand our point.
You're good as gone.
Now, you might be wondering what this pin I called the worst pin in the game does. Well, it makes me walk like that.
Meanwhile, I can just jump.
Anyway, we have to wear this pin for the next few fights.
Yeah, we have to make it trendy.
You're good as gone.
Yeah, now that we have this leather biker jacket on Shiki, we're ridiculously powerful. The way stats work in this game is partner stat boosts just add to Neku. We only have 1 set of stats. So, yeah. We're ridiculously powerful now. Getting a leather biker jacket early is really good.
I thought characters had different attacks. It was just defense and health carried over.
Maybe? I'm pretty sure your attack gets higher too, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
Maybe. It's not important. What is important is more attack is good.
Yeah. So now we've made the Red Skull pin popular in this area. We also need to make it popular over in 10-4. For no reason.
Because this chapter would have been too short otherwise.
This Red Skull pin being popular is definitely going to have no ramifications later in the game.
IRL Magic the Gathering.
Ew.
Focus.
Come on. We need 3 in the same spot.
Sometimes spawns can be a jerk.
Yeah, they're random. I mean, granted, it's only the difference of a few seconds. 3+ hour
You're
run.
good as gone.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
There's a frog back there.
Yeah, and I can't get to it. That can happen. It usually only happens when I have this red skull pin and can't really reliably move. Because normally I have this big dash I can do, but the red skull pin actually completely removes that ability from me. You know, so I don't just cheese it by dashing everywhere.
It's all you. Here it comes.
Ooh, they were all in the same spot there.
Yeah, getting enemies up into the same spot like that is great.
Plus those blue frogs drop a ton of money.
Yeah,
Which is nice.
they
because-
drop 1,000 yens.
Which is nice, because for a while we're gonna need a ton of money. For week 3, the game is gonna give us more money than you could ever realistically use. Because like all of a sudden, every single cutscene starts giving you 10,000 yen. And if you're farming money in this game, a fun fact is rewatching the cutscene does re-give you the reward.
Yeah, so you can go back and play missions in post-game and get money.
Losing's not an option.
We've almost leveled up Love Me Tether, which is gonna be real good.
Anyway, Neku needs more ice cream, and to get this pin off of him,
Yeah, so as you can see, the background of the screen changed. Last time we were here, it was D&B. Now it's Tiger Punks, because we influenced brands.
it's so cool that it appears during cutscenes.
Yeah. Yeah, so, over there is Eri, that we were just talking about earlier. And then Red's, ice cream is the other task.
It's edible.
Yep, Neku won't be able to wear that biker jacket for a little while.
Yeah, it takes like 40 bravery. 38, I
38.
think.
But yeah, still, it's a little while. It's so worth it though. It's 10 attack.
So, we influenced trends and helped a terrible businessman lie to sell his products.
I'm sure he
And-
I'm sure he won't let this go to his head, considering he has no idea we helped him.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is Eri. Eri is telling this person about how sad she is that Shiki died, because they had had a fight and Eri wanted to make up, but then Shiki was dead. So now that Rhyme's dead, in this universe, if you're without a partner, or without a pact more specifically, you'll die. So Beat made a pact with the noise Rhyme was erased into, so he can stay alive for now. He's basically hiding in Mr. Hanakoma's cafe, because in between, you know, running the game and doing all of the other spoilery stuff that Mr. Hanakoma does, he runs a cafe. So this is day 7. The only task on day 7 is to defeat the Game Master. However, along the way, we're gonna buy some funky shades.
Apparently cell phones still work while you're dead, by the way, just so everyone's clear.
Those purple Reapers are a bonus thing for Final Remix. There's 3 of them in the game, and they unlock content, but we don't really care.
They basically let you play a bonus day.
Yeah, bonus day is real good though.
Open up.
It's also got, like, entirely new music, which is super cool.
Yeah.
There you are. You need to get a 3-chain to clear that Wall Reaper. This screen actually doesn't guarantee that all 3 will spawn.
Yeah, this Reaper doesn't demand that you do it on this screen.
They usually spawn, though. It kind of sticks when you don't, but it's only a couple seconds.
Follow you. Here it comes.
But you really feel those couple seconds.
Oh, that was a really good fight.
So, who's next?
Yep.
Here it comes.
Crazy Lariat, so it recharges.
Yeah, but I'm pretty much perfect for the next round.
Watch yourself.
So we're hoping for one specific drop here. If we get it, it means we get to use it on the next fight. If not, the next fight is guaranteed to drop it.
Not quite guaranteed, but...
No, it is. The drop rate guarantees it on the next fight.
Here it comes.
Who's next?
Here it comes.
But it's only likely here. It's likely from a specific enemy.
This won't be hard.
I just made a slight modification to my Shiki fighting that I think actually made quite a big improvement. The middle pin for Shiki is this dashing attack that's kind of hard to use, honestly. I'm still figuring out the optimal
We got
pin
it.
for it. We got it! That's really good. And also, we got Sweet Talk Tether, which
Perfect
is
timing.
one of the best pins in the game.
So fun fact, the motion to use both of these 2 pins is the same, so whichever one's first in the list will default. So I'm going to move this one first now that we can use it multiple times, so that we get that one first, because that's the one we want first, because we want it to recharge as much as possible.
Yeah. So now we're gonna fight Cornix Canor, who's a big bird. And also, conveniently, a big jerk. We also now have Lovely Beam, which is a good pin. The cool thing about the Lovely Beam evolution line is that there's 4 of them. This is the second pin in the line. Essentially, this pin is going to continue evolving to keep up with our skill.
Watch yourself.
In the old route, we used to get the stage 1 earlier, but it wound up being faster to just turn down our level and guarantee to get one here.
Why don't you back up?
So we have to kill some regular birds.
And then Cornix will spawn.
And then there's the big bird. Now we just have to wait for it.
We wanna
Get
get,
like a 1.1 sync.
Again. It's all you. Nice.
Now we just wait for it, really.
Couldn't do it. Oh, well.
It's really hard to hit.
This should still kill it, honestly.
Yeah. So now this is Shiki's fusion minigame. We're gonna pick matching cards. This is very fun to do in co-op.
You really feel in sync when, like, the sound effects play at the exact same time, and it's like...
Yeah.
Neku, come
Hope
on.
you enjoyed that, 'cause
4.5
that
is
was the
literally
only,
perfect. Yeah.
that was the only time you're going to see that.
You will get to see the animation then. At the
Yeah.
very end of the game. That boss doesn't have much health, but it's only on the screen for like 2 seconds at a time. Thus, killing it with a sync attack is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, you just get to watch the boss health just drop.
From full to empty.
Yeah, we got another lovely beam, of course.
Yep.
Set your level back up, unequip the biker jacket in favor of the alive.
Yep. So, We're gonna lose Shiki after this day, which means we're gonna lose all of her gear. Now, most of her gear we either have duplicates of for later,
Or we're gonna get better gear as it unlocks. However, we want that biker jacket for the rest of the game.
the biker jacket is very expensive and one of the best items in the entire game.
Yeah, we can't get another one. There is no easy way to get more durable leather. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Level up, not down.
Yep, you are right. So we're gonna take...
Shiki can, Shiki can lose the rest of her equips, we don't care. We're gonna turn our level up because this boss is actually a jerk.
Yeah, it's better safe than sorry. Plus, this boss literally has nothing that it drops that's good for us. Stream went down.
And this is why I local recorded. Everyone else in the world has been having internet outages today, so
Well,
just don't worry about it. We're
well,
just
yeah,
playing
we're
on the
local
run.
record.
We'll have to stitch together the local record from the first few seconds of the Twitch
I mean,
VOD.
it'll be fine. It's literally the one... Gasp! You spliced on second one! And honestly, we could probably just upload the incomplete and be like, hey, this happened, and people will understand, because none of the actual gameplay was in there.
So this is a boss fight. Since somebody will probably watch this video later, we'll continue commentating. But yeah, our internet just went down. This is a boss fight. Big deal with this boss fight is just keeping sync. Like I mentioned earlier about big enemies, though, big enemies are really easy to fight.
Well, this boss is kind of difficult because that big black hole prevents Neku from doing a lot of his attacks.
Why don't you back up? Here it comes.
We're back on Twitch.
Yay!
We're local, for those watching the stream, we're local recording. Don't worry, the run is fine. There, you're guaranteed.
That attack basically makes the boss invincible for a couple seconds. Or not really attack as much as like a phase transition. So you can maintain your sync through there.
I'm stunned. Which means I'm gonna take like 5 hits. Getting stunned here, you lose a few seconds.
Please don't die.
Neku, you okay? Here it comes.
Boss is almost dead. This was definitely not our best fight, but
No. There we go. We didn't die.
powers yet unknown.
That's how it's done.
Hey, at
Clearly-
least we're offline for all of those mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, we spliced in a bad boss fight is what just happened.
Yep, totally. Because we're not just gonna use the local recording or anything.
Nah.
And we put video commentary over.
So that's the end of week 1. Now my job gets harder. Is basically all that really is a big difference here.
Oh, we saved 18 seconds somewhere. Our fights were really smooth other than the big boss. And the big boss didn't lose us
Yeah,
that much
Cornix
time.
Canor was really good.
It was more that we played it unnecessarily risky than we played it unnecessarily slow. Which, yeah, anyone watching the video would have been able to see. To my chat, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you missed us doing bad.
I never need to ice cream. That's what I'm doing.
It's edible.
Level.
Yes. Still need more money.
So now we need a new partner, because Shiki's gone. Like I mentioned earlier, without a partner, you die. These two are Uzuki and Kadia. They'll become more relevant this week. Kadia is lazy, Uzuki isn't. They're a nice little dynamic duo. So remember how last week there were just a ton of frogs everywhere? The theme enemy of this week is crabs.
Here's my boy Joshua. Now, let me explain Joshua's personality. Did you think Neku was a jerk? You were right, but you could have been more right.
Yeah, so I'm not playing right now. We'll get co-op at the end of this fight and dialogue sequence, and then I'll be playing. So Joshua's whole thing is psychokinesis. He drops stuff on enemies and can pick up and throw enemies and stuff.
And he's
What's
a
really
jerk.
interesting is we get some Joshua stuff here, then there's a conversation, and after this conversation, we'll get Joshua co-op. So yeah, week 2 is a tool-assisted speedrun, because Joshua is a jerk, and also because Joshua is, spoilers.
Because Joshua's a tool.
Yeah. It's only because he's a jerk, not like he's literally God or anything.
I mean, he's not.
So, as a reminder about this game, everyone in this game is absurdly fashionable. Joshua spends approximately 6 hours every morning, working his hair and wrinkling his shirt to be perfectly unfashionable. Just so we're clear on what's happening here, it's not that Joshua isn't fashionable. He's perfectly unfashionable. So now we're gonna give Joshua a hot dog, a cool hat, a biker jacket, some cool shoes, and some funky shades. And then Neku leveled down.
Needs...
Level is already down, you did that. And
Yep,
then
bye.
10-4. So it's day 1, so the mission is always just to make it to 10-4. Now we're gonna learn to use Joshua's sync attack, which we're
Yeah, we're
once again
totally gonna
not
learn to do it.
So yeah, Joshua, for me, is more difficult to play. I have to drop stuff on enemies and use Joshua's telekinesis attack. Starting this week, I have to actually care about where I'm positioned, because Joshua's higher telekinesis attack is position-based, and it's also absurdly powerful, so I need to be using it well.
It is my fear that I'll hit one more time every single time we get up there.
No fears. One more time. One
I've done
fear.
it in runs before. It loses about 20 seconds.
Oh, there's a big heap of junk.
So Zeta
So Zeta Slow! What's up, you half-blind hectopascals? This is Shomi Namimoto. He's the game master this
And
week.
he is everyone's favorite character. I have not interacted with anyone whose favorite character
It's
wasn't.
times to die!
He's a math
Shomi
nerd.
Namimoto likes math.
He likes math, but he has about a 5th grade algebra understanding of it.
This boss is the worst.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a lot of health.
Give me this motorcycle.
Come on, you. Ha! It knocked me over it, which made me on the other side of it, which made my hits count,
That's amazing.
because I already have the change
That
link
boss,
to it.
and only that boss, no future variations of this enemy will have this, property. Only takes damage from the back.
Yeah, even other rhinos don't do that. It's weird.
We had a really good Rhino boss fight in our last run, so we're losing some time here, so no big deal.
Oh no, light years is a measure of distance, not time.
Yeah, Joshua uses Road Roller Da as his psych. Uzuki has a gun.
That's her psych.
A gun.
Huh?
So today we're gonna play Beyblade.
I'ma let him rip. Anyway, you can't read the mind of other players, but for some reason you can read Joshua's mind.
Well, no, you try to, and then you get weird flashbacks.
Well, yeah, you get him from his mind. You're reading his mind. That is what's happening.
Oh, Neku's dead. This is how Neku entered the game.
Yep, which is in
In front of
Joshua's
the-
memory for some reason. Which is suspicious.
Nah, it's not suspicious at all.
Anyway, every day you're supposed to clear a mission, or everyone dies playing the game. It doesn't matter which player clears the mission, so long as someone does. Anyway, Joshua doesn't really feel like doing it. So Neku and Joshua get into a fight over it.
Huh?
Yeah, so Neku's entry fee to the game this week. I guess I should back up. So what's happening here is this is a flashback to the end of week 1. Beat decides to join the Reapers. It turns out that per the composer, who is the god of Shibuya and controls everything, per the composer's rules, only one player gets to come back to life this week. So Shiki gets to get brought back to life. However, Neku has 2 choices. 3 choices, really. Be erased, play the game again, or become a Reaper. he decides to play the game again, and his entry fee this week is Shiki Mizaki. So Neku is very, very determined to win the game, because he needs to save Shiki. I love Shiki. She's so good.
Anyway, Neku's first entry fee was his memory, so now he has that back.
Except for the part where he died. He doesn't remember how he died. Which is going to be a plot point this week.
Huh?
Humph. Says Joshua.
So, Neku does not know what 30 plus 74 is, but does know the square root of 5 off the top of his head.
Yeah. Yesterday you needed to go to 30 plus 74, aka 104, aka 10-4. So we're gonna buy Joshua's fusion level 2.
Till next time.
That's all.
Yep, that's all the shopping for today.
Want to pass this wall, erase the noise possessing people in this area. So, our two noises here are the noise of one of the kids in this Beyblade tournament.
That happens sometimes, it's fine.
Yeah, it's no big deal. And then also the other noise that we're going to erase after this is a noise on one of the businessmen that we met last week.
Good work, Neku. That was quick.
Yeah, normally
This is my motorcycle.
every single physics object in the city belongs to Joshua. This is our running joke that makes no sense.
So we just inspired Yammer to go play well in the Tin Pin Slam Off, which is where we're headed, which is totally not Beyblade.
We have to do a second fight.
The way these like noise possessions work is that they make people all negative and sad.
Ooh, hello, chance at like 50 rare metal.
Joshua is the only partner I have that's at least sort of okay against flying enemies, because all of his attacks can hit them. But he's still not amazing.
That was a nice
More rare metal.
distraction.
Yep, 2 more.
Nice. That's really good. More rare metal is always good. They're useful. I mean, not always, but... Don't forget to make the Tin Pin deck.
Not yet.
I know. I didn't actually know that. I just know you need to do
If
it.
I made it now, we would have to fight the kangaroos with the tin pin deck.
Oh, you're right. Oh, so these are taboo noise. They're really powerful. They have cool color schemes, and they, unlike regular noise, will attack Reapers.
So, fun fact about this: in the original version of the game, you needed to hit these in parallel with both characters for it to work. That is not the case anymore, but there's still a line of dialogue that alludes to that being the case because they didn't change any of the dialogue.
Easy. Yeah.
So, fun fact.
That's how it's
Also,
done.
the taboo noise fights have cool music.
Yes, they do.
Joshua did a swear.
So Neku's gonna eat more ice cream. Neku always needs to be eating ice cream because he needs 75 bravery at the end of the run, which is a lot. And we're gonna make a second deck because we can actually make multiple tin pin decks for multiple
Well,
causes.
multiple pin decks in general.
And here's the thing, the 1 yen noise is so good for tin pin that we don't need any others.
Yeah.
Tell me who you are.
So now our mission today is to get the square root of 3 AU pin. AU, for you chemists out there, is gold. And square root of 3 means Route 3, which means Molko. So we have to win this Tin Pin tournament and get the golden prize. So now we have to learn how to play Tin Pin. This is Shooter Dan. He's a 5th grader, and he's the protagonist of the Tin Pin Slammer anime that is totally going on in the background of The World Ends With You. So now he's going to teach us how to play Tin Pin.
Slam on.
Oh no, you only have 1 pin!
I win!
Good job. The goal of Tinpin is to win by losing as fast as possible because this is a speed run.
Well, that's just the tutorial.
Oh. Oops.
That's just the tutorial. I just wanted to lose twice as good. Okay, now we get to play the real deal.
This is the guy that we inspired earlier.
He's still cheating though.
Yeah, he's also cheating, is the thing that's happening.
So here's the thing, we lose this round and then we're declared the winner anyway because he gets disqualified for cheating, so we get to go to the finals.
You better win the finals match. We need this pin.
And the finals match, you lose in a cutscene no matter what. But luckily, Joshua was in the background cheating, and other players ended up winning.
So you remember that guy from last week? These two are players now, which means they died, which kind of sucks, but
Oh, I love them. I'm sorry they're dead.
yeah, Soda and Now are really good.
All they wanted to do was help Makoto's gnarly grandpa.
You half-blind hectopascals! Show me Namimoto makes heaps of garbage. Still don't know why.
It's for some math thing that's half explained at some point.
Of course. Also beats a Reaper now, like we said. He's chilling out on top of a building,
And
as we learn in this cutscene.
he's got a cool pin that's on my bag, which I would pull up, but is way too far away.
Oh, right, there's more cutscene.
Considering that I had to do tin pin twice, we only lost 3 seconds. That was really good.
So now begins sort of unfortunately, kind of a slog of chapters, honestly. These next 3 chapters are real long, and they're like side story content. But we're going to do a lot of good shopping and stuff like that during them. And we're going to solve a bunch of people's problems and stuff like that. But today is an absurdly long day. It's pretty much the longest day in the game in terms of content. So our first task is we're going to go all the way over to Cat Street.
Well, first we gotta do some shopping.
Yeah.
Take it easy, RELAX. Would you like to have something to drink? To tell you the truth,
24K.
That'll do.
Yep. Now we're gonna buy some stuff to get past brand trend walls that we mentioned earlier.
Hello.
So we need cap.
Beach sandals, and then we're gonna buy the black stripe and brown
Thank you.
jeans twice from Legrand.
Hello.
Two of these.
In this game, as you browse and buy from stores,
Thank
you
you.
unlock more the abilities of items in those stores, which is neat for the game, but kind of a pain for the speedrun. Now we have to fight 3 long boys.
No long boys. Well, there's 2 long. Third long boy. Oh,
Ah.
it didn't come on screen for long enough. That's okay. They don't have to be in one channel.
You're good as gone. How's my age?
These dragon enemies, the one over in the top, the middle of the screen that I just killed, we want to take them down first because they have this attack that, or like attack quote unquote, that they can go into where they just kind of spin around for a while and are completely invulnerable.
Or even unvulnerable to the sync attacks like that. Not that it's not faster to wait it out than use the sync attack. But if you're playing casually, wait for it to stop spinning, or you won't get it.
That was a nice distraction.
Look,
Nice,
the
nice.
soundtrack of this game is really good, okay?
No, I was more gonna make fun of you for only hitting 2 lyrics.
I mean, it's also that song in particular, Hajimari. I'm just gonna play video games. Hajimari Owari is in Japanese, so I don't know most of the words. I just know some of them. Namely, the title of the song, and the couple of times they use English.
Predictable. That was a nice
It's
distraction.
okay, you're cute. You don't need to know lyrics to songs.
Tell me who you are, who you were.
Soundtrack of this game is so
How much have
good.
you been paid? Take it easy. RELAX.
So now we get to go to a new location we haven't been yet, Cat Street.
I don't care about anything.
First, we gotta get a pop pendulum.
Cash transferred to my
Is that this re-
Yep. So a crab should drop a pop pendulum unless we're really unlucky.
Yeah, it's these green crabs.
voice for yourself.
We'll drop a pin called
got-
Pop Pendulum that we'll also use.
There's 2 crabs that can drop one. We have high drop rate. We already got it. We actually got 2 of them.
Nice.
Pop pendulum will be useful for a while later on.
That was a nice distraction.
Joshua finished eating his hot dog.
So also probably equip one of those Pop Pendulums, question mark?
No, we don't have the slot for it yet.
It'll have to do.
That's not until we get a 5th slot for pins.
So there wasn't actually a mission today. Joshua convinced Neku that there was a mission so that Joshua could make Neku go up.
To be fair, he probably should have noticed that his hand didn't start hurting and a timer appeared on it. And that, in fact, all that happened was he got a text. Speaking of, I wonder who the cell carrier for the underground is.
RELAX. Would you like to have something to drink?
So Joshua had Mr. Hanakoma equip his phone with a couple neat tools. One that can detect something, and another that can take pictures of the past.
Also, we're learning now that Joshua, when he was alive, could see dead people and would watch the game as a living person,
Yeah.
which is definitely the truth.
Yep. So that was kind of the first half of this mission. Structurally, about the first third time-wise. Now we have to go do some more capitalism. We have to go solve some... It's like a modern Romeo and Juliet, except instead of a romance and bickering families, it's 2 ramen shops, and there's
And
no
there-
romance.
And there's no, like, anything like Romeo and Juliet.
No, absolutely not.
It's like a modern Romeo and Juliet. If by modern, I meant a different story.
Yeah, so these beat fights that are going to be happening throughout week 3, they're on a timer. Kaylee's just going to dodge.
We can actually beat Beat, it's not faster, and I don't actually think we are strong enough to beat Beat in the time frame until the last one.
This is what we want Beat to do. My goal in this fight is to make Beat block so that he stops moving around and risking potentially hitting us and killing us.
Yeah, basically what we're doing here is safety. This is not strictly necessary, but I
Beat
can
does,
die here.
Beat does a swear here. Because he's a mean bad boy.
How's my...
It's not super hard, but if you're not paying attention, then it can go poorly, and you have to do it again. It's happened to us once. Especially because we're decked out for attack.
Tell me who
Yeah.
you are, who you were, how much have you been paid? Take it easy. RELAX. Would you like to have something to drink? To tell you the truth in this contract,
So now we have our first brand wall.
Oh hey, it's D&B.
just want the cash transfer.
We need to make everything natural puppy.
Feel alright.
So, we're gonna unequip basically everything that isn't natural puppy and put on some more natural puppy stuff. This way we raise our odds of natural puppyifying everything. So first, clothes have... Two things have brand. First is clothes. So first we're going to take off everything everyone's wearing. And give them some natural puppy stuff instead. The second is 2 of our 4 pins that we use are natural puppy. We're going to put the 3rd natural puppy pin.
Yep. And then we're gonna fight 1 battle at a time until it's natural puppy. Usually only takes 1. Sometimes it can take more though.
Yeah. Not with this many safeties behind it. It doesn't very often.
Fun, Neku.
Yeah, so these fights unfortunately take a while because we're so weak.
Yeah. We don't have all the attack boosts we normally have. Natural puppy isn't exactly an attack brand.
No.
That was a nice distraction.
Natural puppy's pins are really good though.
Still D&D. It's random. See, the thing is, it fixes to your stuff, but it's random on top of that.
Yeah, if you have stuff that isn't natural puppy equipped, even if the majority of your stuff is natural puppy, it can still
It adds it to
trend
the pool
set.
of likely.
That was nothing.
That was a nice distraction.
There,
There
we
we go. Not too bad, 2 fights.
Yeah. Is what it is. I believe we're not menuing right now, right?
No, we're gonna menu in a second. Need my stuff back. Not fighting with limited pins.
Necker needs ice cream.
Yes, it does.
It's edible.
Yeah, so at this point in terms of our level, we're just kind of leaving it where it's at. It gives us a good enough drop rate for most of our purposes. We don't need a bunch of difficult drops this week. It just helps to get some extra, for example, stuff like the pop pendulum.
And we need money, but we don't need all the money, so it's fine to just leave it like this.
Yeah.
Because we've already, like, 10 times drop rate. Should give us plenty of money.
Yeah, so that guy in the tan suit, that's Makoto from last week. He definitely let that whole trend-setting thing go to his head, and thinks he's a fashion god now, and opened a weird ramen store. That is competing with our boy Kendoi, the Ramen Don.
And forgot to put the pins back.
That's fine.
You're
After
good
this
as
fight.
gone.
It doesn't actually matter. The attack was the bigger thing.
Picking up objects in this game can be difficult, so if you ever see me just repeatedly clicking on a motorcycle or whatever and nothing happening,
That means it's not Joshua's
That's
motorcycle.
how it's done.
That's
it's
the lore.
having a debate.
That's the lore. If you can't pick it up, it's not Joshua's thing. Everything else in the city belongs to Joshua.
Yeah, so pins.
So we're gonna take this back. Take this.
So this guy's gonna give us some ramen, despite the fact that we bought ramen from him last week. He's just gonna give it to us. And then drama between ramen store owners. So we have to solve our boy Kendoi, the Ramen Don's problem, by making everyone stop go to Shadow Ramen, which is the new place. Joshua, the reason we're over here is because Joshua's weird tracker thing is picking up an energy signal from here. We don't really know why.
And we don't really know what the tracker is.
Yeah.
Huh?
So now we go back here and we watch the Prince, this guy in white, who runs a blog and is basically the fashion trendsetter.
He runs a blog called F This, I think, or something.
Yeah. Yeah, he F's everything. The F stands for fabulous. But yeah, the Shadow Ramen guy, Makoto, basically paid Prince to write a good blog post, but the Prince is like, no, this is my blog, and I'm gonna write what I feel on it.
After we clear him of noise.
Yeah. Right now, he's depressed. Which is no good, and we're gonna fix that problem.
You don't make this worse for yourself. How's my aim?
Okay. Motorcycle. That motorcycle had like a moment where it thought it wasn't.
I ran out
fine.
of pins somehow. That shouldn't happen.
So the thing with the crabs, especially the more difficult crabs we'll fight later in the week, that pin's Nenakitty. It's Masamune, but better. The crabs can block, which is just annoying and slow. So yeah, Makoto's still giving out these red skull pins, which definitely are not going to be plot relevant ever.
Especially right now.
No. Mysteriously, Joshua's tracker is responding to them. Don't really know why.
No reason.
I mean, we'll find out tomorrow that the tracker was actually busted. Definitely.
Definitely busted.
So, we convinced Kendoi that what the kids want is simple ramen. And turns out that the prince really wanted simple ramen. And
Which is all that matters.
And so now the prince wrote a good blog post about ramen done, and we've solved everyone's problems. Roam in the streets. And now, long day 2. Today we're gonna help Sevens and his band find their stolen microphone.
Oh my gosh, for like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's a huge exaggeration. But to my mashing fingers, it feels like it.
Yeah, also, this day starts with Joshua and Neku playing Tin Pin.
Joshua's not good at Tin Pin.
Maybe he should go do some Tin Pin training.
Maybe you should go to an alternate universe where people only play Tin Pin.
That seems silly.
How much have you been paid? Take it easy. RELAX. Would you like to have something to drink? To tell you the truth in this contract, I don't care about anything but me.
So this is the only time we're going to set our difficulty to easy in the entire game. Which means it is time to explain the category of normal. This is essentially shorthand for normal or harder. The idea, it's a little bit arbitrary, but the idea is essentially don't play on anything but normal difficulty or more difficult, because if we let people use easy difficulty, all the combat would be trivial and the run would be no fun, just
Yeah,
like that.
look how fast that went.
We are required to use easy difficulty here to get that pin drop to progress the game, so this is the only time we can use less than normal difficulty.
I'm trying to back up as soon as possible so that we don't accidentally invalidate the run. So this is just dual fortune.
Yeah. So with Reapers that demand you do a chain reduction, note that you actually do have to talk to the Reaper before doing the battle. If you do battles and then talk to the Reaper, it won't count. That's
The Reaper
what
says-
the motorcycle.
How's my aim?
Well, it flipped out now.
Got him.
I like how I threw one bullet. I'm helping!
Yeah. This is ideal. Oh, baby, this is about to be really good. Check this out. That move that I just used to re-up higher telekinesis is Joshua's best move by far. The kind of catch with it is that it requires precise positioning, and you have to line enemies up in a row. But when they line up in a row for you, it's really satisfying.
Don't make this worse for yourself.
This is my truck.
Yep, Joshua's truck.
How's my aim?
All trucks, except for the ones that get... items, when you grab them, can sometimes get stuck at a 45-degree angle, and if they do, they're just... They didn't belong to Joshua.
Yeah.
They are uninteractable at that point. It's a bug. This game has a few bugs that I think us runners would like to see patched.
Yeah, there's no glitches in this run that we take advantage of.
There are ones that take advantage of us, though.
That was quick.
Hi, Garby.
That was a nice
Some more food
distraction.
for everyone, I think. Joshua stole one. No problem.
Eat your ice cream.
It's
Matthew.
edible.
Ice cream helps bones grow.
It'll have to do.
The hot dogs, I think I mentioned this, but the hot dogs are for attack. They're a good attack food. And the ice creams are for bravery, which we need 75 bravery at the end of the run. So our route is essentially tonkatsu ramen, 8 ice creams, and then a Brave Plus, which is a medicine that costs 20,000 yen, but goes down in 3 bites, aka 3 fights. Gives you 20 bravery, and that plus all of the level ups over the course of the game give Neku a little bit over 75 bravery, which we're going to use to get a really, really good end game item.
So what's happening here?
So Sevens and these 2 Wall Reapers are in a metal band called Deathmatch. They lost their cool microphone, and they're gonna make us solve their problems.
And they put up a wall so we can't walk to where we want to walk to until we do. And there's no, like, fights or anything here. It's just walking around in a circle talking to them.
Yeah, so we have to talk to each of the 3 of them and
They all
also
accuse each
investigate
other.
a suspicious phone booth.
With our magic time traveling camera.
Yep. And then also we're doing some shopping at Moco, as a reminder.
Yep. We need like 1,000,000 monies. Today is a big shopping day.
Yeah, we're basically gonna spend past the money cap in one day today.
The money cap is kind of ridiculously low, though.
Yeah.
You can get it to go higher, but you probably won't until the post game because it's really expensive. And we have no reason to raise it because we don't want to buy anything that costs more than 10,000 or 100,000. There's very few items that do.
Yeah, so we have to talk to each of the Reapers, ask them about the microphone, and ask them where they were and like what their alibi is, basically. Then we're gonna take a quick break to shop here. Oh, hey, it's Soda and Now. They're gonna give us that gold pin that they won the other day for the tin pin mission.
It's garbage.
Yeah, they don't want it. We don't want
either.
it.
That's gonna clog our inventory up.
Soda and Now are good. And I really want to know more about them, honestly. It's a shame that there isn't more information about them. So now we're going to sell a bunch of stuff. I don't think we've actually talked about how money works in this game. Pins are worth money. The pins that are money are worth exactly as much money as they say they're worth. Other pins are worth other amounts of money.
Yep.
It's as simple as that, really. So go to Tiger Punks and buy the Mohawk sets.
Is that all we're buying from here? I think so.
And then the denim blouses from D&B.
Thanks a bunch.
These denim blouses are for another brand wall.
See you again.
So just those two?
Yep. Yeah, our next shopping phone booth.
Yep.
So we have to investigate this phone booth. Our next shopping is in Shibuku. So Joshua has a time traveling camera. Oh god, it's the microphone! Oh, hey, it's, I think that one's name was BJ?
Yes. Freaking BJ.
Freaking BJ! Dropping the ball.
By the way, that tape recorder thing is supposed to be a cell phone.
To me, it looks like a Nintendo DS.
It's supposed to be a cell phone. Anyway, the game tells us we have to walk all the way to east, but hey, the game was nice to us.
So BJ was in that phone booth, because that is the phone booth of love. They say if you confess to your crush from that phone booth, they'll accept. He confessed his crush on Uzuki.
Anyway, these red pins are stolen.
As you find out a little bit later, and she said,
Good for him, though.
yeah, I don't think Uzuki would be a very good partner. She's too invested in work.
I mean, she also responds to every minor inconvenience by screaming loudly. Which is, not great. And by every minor inconvenience, I mean literally everything is a minor inconvenience. She has no other mood besides screaming loudly.
Yeah. We're almost done with this side quest, though. So yeah, BJ was confessing to his love. Tenho, the Red Reaper, actually stashed the mic, and was basically, his plan was to pretend the mic was stolen to freak Sevens and BJ out so they'd stop fighting over who does vocals for their songs. But then the mic actually got stolen. There was also BJ's phone, I think, or Tenho's phone. However, with all of the evidence, we realize who stole the microphone. Not BJ, not Tenho,
But
not Sevens. Well, actually what happens is Tenho stole the microphone, again, to make them stop fighting. But then the microphone actually got stolen for real. And there was a megaphone in its place that we've never seen before. Weird megaphone that says stuff like sine, cosine, tangent!
wonder who that could have been.
Not a clue. But with all of the evidence
It was
presented
Rhyme.
to us,
She was alive the whole time. She
As
wanted
good-
to steal the microphone.
with all of the evidence presented to us as good attorneys, I've played like maybe half of the first Ace Attorney
You did
game.
the first 2.5 cases, I think.
Yeah. This guy stole it. Our boy Shomi Namimoto. He did a fair trade for this cool megaphone. What's really neat in Final Remix is that there's a bunch of extra music that shows up in the final day that is actually done by Deathmatch, this band. And a lot of the songs actually use a megaphone sound, which, at least as an audio person, I think is super cool. So now we've made it to Shibuku Heads, and just over here is Utagawa.
First, we get to not die to beat again, hopefully.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do some shopping at our local 4-story department store. Well, 3-story department store, and the 4th floor is a pharmacy.
You're good as gone.
Which has totally normal medications, you know, the kinds of things you'd find at any normal run-of-the-mill pharmacy store, like things to increase your attack power and defense and bravery.
I mean, to be fair, I think like taking a standard dose of multivitamins, if you're not getting nourished, which when you only eat 2-3 hot dogs a day and then you call it, or sorry, 3 hot dogs a week, you probably need some multivitamins, and those will increase your attack and defense, and probably make you feel a little just better in general, which will make you feel braver.
Dang. Dang. I have been shown up. So Beat dropped Rhyme's pendant, so now we have it.
It's ours now. Haha, no take backsies.
That's not what happens.
No take backsies, my pendant! Shiki
So we're
said
gonna
it was
go to
rare.
floor 3, and we're gonna buy 3 sparkling silver that we're going to use to buy...
We're gonna use this to buy the pendant later on.
Yeah, we're gonna buy the king pendant, and then we're gonna buy 2 bottles of Brave Plus, which they go down in 3 bites, cost 20,000 yen, and raise your bravery by 20, which is a lot. We're gonna feed one of those Brave Pluses to Neku, as I mentioned earlier. The other is for Beat, because Beat starts with absurdly low bravery. What are you doing?
Selling stuff.
Oh, right, we have to buy more stuff. Why didn't you sell the 500s?
Good question. That's where all our money is.
That's fine. That's enough.
No, I want to be able to buy the third one.
How much? 40k? Okay.
That's enough to buy 3 San Franciscos.
Yeah, so, and then at a shop over here, we're gonna buy a set of new hats. We just spent some extra time selling stuff in order to be able to buy a third. If we buy 3 of them, that means we won't have to take Joshua's off for the final boss, so we can give it to Beat next week. Because, spoiler alert, our partner is gonna be Beat next week. So Shomi Namimoto is here, saying some numbers.
And drawing some graffiti.
Who you were, how much have you been paid? Take it easy, RELAX. Would you like to have something to drink?
So we're supposed to read Joshua's mind first.
And also Uzuki and Kadia are here. Turns out these scribbles are a taboo noise refinery, which means Shomi Namimoto is the one spawning all of the taboo noise for no apparent reason, TM.
I guess I did my math wrong.
Yeah, they're not quite as expensive as they seem. They're about 10,000 a pop.
Whatever, we'll need the money later.
Yeah, I mean, more stuff we sell now means less stuff we have to sell later, so... so now we're gonna scan Joshua and find out that... Guess what? Joshua killed Neku.
What?
Yeah!
I'm sure they won't invalidate this later with another twist.
Yeah, so it turns out that Joshua killed Neku. So Neku's playing the game with his killer.
I'm sure they won't invalidate that invalidation either. That'd be a weird, convoluted plot thing.
I love this cutscene. I love the art.
I'm
for
glad
this.
you love
It's
this
so cool.
cutscene, because we're going to see it about 10 or 11 times throughout the run.
Yeah, they show this bit a lot as they keep revealing more information to you about how Joshua killed Neku.
Joshua killed Neku?
Yeah, Joshua killed Neku.
What?
Nice gold, even with extra shopping.
We did. We were a lot smoother on all of our menuing, was the thing.
So, final day of really long, convoluted tasks. Now we want to go to Cat Street, because Joshua's tracker thing is broken, because it was highlighting weird pins for no reason. But Uzuki and Kadia are going to get in our way and make us perform some random tasks. Their motivation is that they think something's up with Joshua.
Something is clearly up with Joshua, though.
Yeah, but first we're gonna go to Shibuku, and buy an extra slot.
Till next time. Good day.
Yeah, we're gonna buy the extra pin slot.
Yep, that's good for Neku.
You can get something else, but we actually don't, which is why I was mincing my words, because I was looking at a route.
And we're going to take this pop pendulum back. It's pretty useful.
Yeah. Yeah, so now we're gonna head over to Cat Street, but Uzuki and Kadia are going to get in our way, because something's up with Joshua, and they're trying to figure it out, and their method of doing this is basically by watching us do combat.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to equip that fancy D&B gear we just bought.
Yeah, so this is our second brand wall. The blouses.
Oh,
That was D&D.
So we can leave on the knitcasts. They're already D&D. Take off everything else.
Yep, and then you're gonna make a D&D deck. Or actually, you're gonna make an unbranded deck, basically.
No, I'm going to make a D&D deck. But I will put some D&D in here.
Yeah, so unbranded pins also work for if you're only allowed to use pins of a certain type. So that's going to be useful at the end of this week. But now we need to make D&D popular. So that's what we're going to do.
We're going... This isn't going to be a gold run deck. We're gold. Somehow we got lucky enough to be already in the area.
Yeah, we thought previous to yesterday that the game basically wouldn't let it already be the thing that you need to make it, but that is apparently not true.
That was nothing.
Hopefully that did
That was a nice
You got my full? Oh, that's a really good pin.
it. Yeah, but not for the run, it's not. Oh, yep, we got it. Got it in one.
Don't change anything yet, because the Musratus wall is next.
Well, I need my pins back.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I
Yeah, so next, so our next wall here is that there's just a bunch of walls in our
Remember
way.
how we bought that ramen we didn't need at the very beginning of the game? It's for right here.
Yeah. We need a Shio ramen to pass that wall. And then this Reaper, I think this is just combat, right? No, this is Reaper review. This is asking about our boy, Ken Doi, the Ramen Don.
They are all about ramen.
And then our next task today, we're gonna switch to the Tin Pin deck for later. Our next task is to dress Neku in a full set of Musradis clothes.
Suits him.
That's an insult. Musradis is like cheap. One could compare it to like Target or Walmart, I feel like is what they're going for.
Target has cute clothes, though.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm sorry
Real
for not
talk,
being
though.
a snob, but Target has cute clothes.
Yeah, so our next wall is to play this guy at Tin Pin and beat him. So we're gonna lose.
Never have to win Tin Pin.
No, you never have to win a Tin Pin game. So this is Tenho, by the way, the guy we just helped yesterday. He's so happy about winning his first ever Tin Pin win that he just lets us go. Now you
Now I want our stuff back.
Yeah. Well, we want the San Franciscos, which we never actually equipped, by the way.
Oh, we didn't need to. Wait, that's supposed to be...
Yeah. No, the Mohawk replaces that. You need the shoes for a biker jacket.
Alright, we're good.
Yeah. This chapter has a lot of menuing.
Welcome to Menusville.
So our final task is we have to defeat these Noise, but he's gonna choose our pins, her pins specifically. And then he
I'm not
asks,
gonna help
are we
much.
ready to shake up our world?
Allow me to demonstrate how this one works.
Yeah, this is a really neat gimmick battle, I think, personally.
This is all I can do. Gyrate my arm.
Oh, hey, that actually killed it.
So, who's next?
No, that was the status effect it had.
Oh.
That was a nice distraction.
Oh hey, I still have the 1 yen pin.
Yeah, so that was their test for us. So meanwhile, there's been another taboo noise sighting. That's not going to concern us at all.
Tell me who you are and who you were. How much have you been paid? Take it easy.
So now we've fixed the tracker, and I believe this is where Joshua tells us what his plan is, as far as what he's going to tell us his plan is. Joshua is a mysterious
Oh hey look,
boy.
Hanakoma was also talking about the same numbers that Shomi Manamoto. Shomi Manan.
Minamoto.
Thank you.
I didn't actually notice that detail. That's relevant for no reason.
I mean, it's not gonna come up in the game.
Yeah, no, we're not going to spoil post-game content, so... I believe this is where Joshua tells us what his actual plan is, and if not, oh well, it'll be like tomorrow.
No, it is, but first we gotta survive a beat fight again. This one you can actually win, it's not faster to do so though.
Yeah, with how strong we are now, it's not terribly difficult to win the beat fight, but we're not going to.
Have fun, Neku.
I'm gonna do that just to get the start. Because
How's my aim?
we're set up at the start. I don't always do that, but it was just an easy thing to do. Anyway, we're just gonna play dodge. Beat has like a bigger moveset this time. He does a lot of those like projectile attacks, which are oddly absent when you actually get to play as Beat. Spoiler.
I mean, I've already talked about that, so... He's also very hard and therefore very difficult to attack with Joshua, whose attacks have, like, falling time, but...
Good thing it doesn't matter.
So now we give Beat back the Rhyme Bell.
And then Beat leaves. I guess he wasn't ready for a beatdown after all.
Huh? Huh?
So now, we're gonna go head over to find the Shibuya River, which is what Joshua is actually trying to do TM with his tracker. Because that's where the composer is. And Joshua's goal, TM, is to take over Shibuya, basically. So, it turns out the Shibuya River is over by the station underpass, which is where we've already been, so you think Neku would have noticed?
It's literally one of the first places we go.
You'd think Neku would have noticed this, at the beginning of day 2, but I guess not.
I mean, the player's not allowed to look to the right, so... Neku is, though.
Yeah, so the Shibuya River's right here. But, oh gosh, we're blocked out by a suspiciously snake-like noise symbol.
Thinking. Anyway, now we get to fight.
Oh no, more taboo noise! So, like I mentioned earlier about these rhinos, only that first one actually has the directionality requirement, which makes this one, despite appearances, significantly
We
easier.
also don't have to win. We're gonna try to. It's faster if we can maintain our sync for the whole time. Okay, we can't, but... That probably means we're not going to be able to at all, but whatever.
Yeah, if you play really well here, you can win, otherwise it's a timed fight, so you don't really lose any time either way. Oh, that sign wasn't mine, I guess. Yeah, so we didn't win. And it turns out Joshua has cool laser powers!
Anyway, we're losing time here due to not ridiculous luck.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, our best split here is kinda, unfortunately, hard to run against.
Well, at least it's going to be out of our splits now as our PB. Anyway, this is a short day.
Yeah, now that we're done with the gauntlet of really, really long days, things start to calm down a little. We also have no more shopping this week, conveniently enough.
Anyway, Joshua's moveset's now different as well.
Yeah, so now I have Joshua's cool laser powers, which makes Joshua way better. So Joshua's cool laser powers look like this. So now I'm floating in midair also. But, once again, cool laser powers, so...
How's my aim?
So if you remember how I mentioned press empty space pins as being extremely difficult? Earlier, one of Joshua's powers is press empty space pin. I tried to use it there, but accidentally picked up a car instead, so no loss.
So, yeah, hit it with the car.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to do next anyways.
Tell me who you are and who you
What's really interesting with that timed fight from yesterday is if you win it, the cutscene will still play as if you didn't win it.
Yeah, that's true of all timed fights. Anyway, now we get to play Saber Kill the Reapers.
Yeah. So this is where our hot bid war comes in. We're gonna kill the Reapers for the sake of speedrun, but your reward for saving the Reapers is one of the best dialogue lines in the entire game, if not the best dialogue line in the entire game. Next we have to save Soda now, which is not optional.
Yeah, if I say no, Neku will
Well, we
be-
have to save Soda. Now's already dead.
If
and-
we say no, Neku will be like, no, what am I saying? Of course we're helping.
Yeah. So this fight's annoying because it's Taboo Noise Crabs.
Plus, we don't actually save him because he's already dead. His partner just died.
Yeah, so like I mentioned about crabs, they can block. So here's Joshua's press empty space pin. It actually works quite well. It's a really powerful laser beam. But it's extremely difficult to activate.
Oh,
Predictable.
it's not.
With press empty space pins, not only do you have to be pressing somewhere that is pretty significantly far away from any player characters or enemies, you also have to press extremely still or else it will consider it a shake. Or a swipe, I suppose. So since we play on the highest sensitivity of Joy-Con, naturally, because fast, it's hard to do those press empty space pins.
Stride dodge. If you walk into Stride, Stride isn't a store, it's a Team Pin arena, so you have like an extra cutscene.
Yeah, you can go play Tin Pin there.
You can also get an item that'll let you play Tin Pin in the menus at any time. We didn't get it.
Yeah, so if we were to save Uzuki and Kadia, they'd still be just as alive as they're going to be anyways, but we'd get one of the best lines of dialogue in the game, so... Good Bid Wars, I'm telling you. It is straight up worth saving them for one line of dialogue. This fight is really difficult, question mark.
Sure is.
Good work.
Sure is.
Easy.
There's.
I'm sure the fact that all of Joshua's attacks have, like, Angel and Cherub imagery doesn't mean anything at all.
Of course not.
Zeta Fun Times! It's our boy, Shomi no Mimoto. He has just threatened to erase us at the speed of light in order to correct our standard deviation. For those of you who don't know math, those sure are math words.
For those of you who do know math, those sure are words you know, used wrong. Sort of.
Loosely.
For those of you who do know math, by which I mean finished middle school. For all of you middle
to be
schoolers
fair, I
watching,
still don't really understand standard deviations, and I'm in college, but I don't do math, so...
I was really bad at stats. I was really bad at statistics. I took probability in college. Difficult. So I guess I'm not showing show pie face.
Pie face. So now it's day 7. On every day 7, you fight the Game Master. So now we're gonna go defeat the Game Master hiding in Pork City, which is this building. This building has a gimmick. Each of the 2 floors only allows you to use one brand of pin. Like I mentioned earlier, unbranded pins is Decacy. Will work fine. So
I'm gonna try to get some rare metal here.
yeah. These Reapers are all confused that we're here for definitely no reason. And so then there's 3 noise per floor. Luckily, they just kind of float into place, so they're easy to find and get.
On the second floor, I'll be able to use the daisy things. Here, I just have to unbranded. If you're playing through,
How's my aim?
there's an optional segment where you get to climb, like, all floors of this tower, which has a floor for each brand. The correct way to do it is just to equip all your unbranded things. Trying to actually make a deck every time is kind of miserable.
Yeah. So, also with Pork City, right now we are in the imaginary number realm, which, again, is a thing that totally makes sense.
It does if you know math, which you don't. Clearly.
I mean, I failed linear algebra, so clearly I do not know math.
You didn't fail linear algebra.
That's true, I got a D. Hey, we got some rare metal stretch.
That's why I turned the level down.
Yeah. So the imaginary number realm has weird effects. I don't know.
Realities kind of meld together a bit here.
I have no idea what is supposed to be going on here, honestly.
Go away. Good work, Neku.
Laser not working.
Yep.
Understandable.
It's
Have a
okay,
nice
I
day.
killed the jellyfish off screen. One thing that's interesting for me in combat is that, so she controls the screen. I can't scroll the screen. So I've kind of learned to be able to track enemies when they go off screen and hit them off screen, literally just kind of moving my Joy-Con the right amount is a skill I've picked up for this run.
And I haven't, because I don't need to.
Yeah. What's really, so the way this run works, I meant to mention this with categories.
Is that why the world ends with you? Because the boundaries of the world end with me?
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying something more important, but I needed to tell that terrible, terrible joke.
So for the leaderboards for this game, 1 player, 2 controllers, and 2 players are basically the same thing. That's not technically the case right now,
By
but
the
eventually
time this-
one of the leaderboard mods will get to it.
I mean, it's unanimously agreed that we will combine the leaderboards, but...
Yeah, and so what's really interesting about that to me is that both 1 player, 2 controller, and 2 players both have their advantages and disadvantages. You know, it's naturally, 2 player has the advantage of you can do more at a time, you can split your attention. But as 1 player with 2 controllers, it's a lot easier to synchronize your attacks.
Your good is gone.
Which allows you to much more easily build up your sync attack meter, and your fusion meter, and generally just do more
Oh,
at
there's
once.
another one.
Now there's not.
Rest in peace.
There was another one momentarily.
That's how it's
Like
done.
those the fusion card games, especially Joshua's, there is actually easier as 2 separate, or as 1 player instead of 2. Stuff like that. It kind of balances out.
Shiki's card game is much easier
Have
as 2
fun,
people, though.
Neku.
Yeah.
How's my aim?
We use both of them exactly once, though.
See ya. Predictable. That was a nice distraction.
We're gonna... First, 2 things here. One is I'm gonna turn our level back up. It'll stay maxed for the rest of the run. The other is I'm gonna equip good pins again.
And Joshua's jacket.
And Joshua...
Replace it with the alive.
No, I get that. Shiki.
There's 2 of them. Oh well.
No, brown
It's-
baby,
it's too late. Yeah, so once again, we're saving Joshua's biker jacket for beat. So, yeah. So now we fight Show Me
Oh,
no
yes,
Mimoto.
down
Hey,
there.
there goes our internet. Classic.
It's okay, we're local recording.
Hi, local recording.
Jeez, what is happening with the internet today?
There have been internet outages all over the country today. Just probably because of the weather and the sudden change of temperature. So this is the Show Me Namimoto fight. Sho teleports around really, really quickly. Our goal is to get our sync up to 2.0 and then do a fusion attack. It's really hard to do that though, so...
Good try. Anyway. Joshua didn't kill Neku.
What? I can't believe it was actually Show Me Namimoto who killed Neku.
He sure did show us. And we're back online.
Hello. We spliced again.
Yep, we spliced in a cutscene.
So yeah, this fight, 2.0 sync ideally, and then fusion attack. If we just can't manage to get the 2.0 sync, then we won't do the sync attack. It's not worth it. Also, this fight has good music. First, we have to fight some more tempo noise.
Have fun, Neku. Reverse matrix.
Have fun, Neku. That was really good. That's the way you want those first noise to go. Because if you just hit them all real good, you can knock them all in the same direction.
Yeah, you have to clear a few waves of this. Anyway, there he is. He teleports around, which makes him quite the pain.
How's my aim?
Yeah. So at this point, we're not taking it back, I don't think.
No, we still should.
How's my aim?
Worth it.
So Joshua's game is math. Specifically counting to 3 and not writing your numbers backwards.
Splitting up is unreliable here.
Yeah, this is one of the spots where one player is better, because one player can very quickly do 1, 2, 3 with left, right, left.
Two players are more likely to make a mistake.
So we just do it in sync, and whoever taps it first does so. I love this song. Take a drink of healthy, hydrating water every time I mention how much I love the soundtrack of this game. Super Fine Beam is super fine.
You know, by the rules of the university you attend, that's against the rules. What you just said.
That's amazing.
No drinking games with water. Very specific rule.
I thought you couldn't afford to lose. Give up on yourself, and you give up on the world.
And we defeated the Game Master and ended week 2, which means we're done.
Totally.
Oh, we're not done. There's more video game. We didn't get world record by 50 minutes.
Oh. God, if this game could be completed in 2.5 hours, it'd be so cool.
It would be so much easier to get into marathons.
But please take it for this marathon, whoever we send this video to. Which I imagine over time will be a few. Well, probably get a better.
I mean, I think we'll get a better time by our next submission.
And if anything, we can.
I mean, we'll probably want to submit this to Toricon, or Lake Effect Warning with this video.
I mean, we'll probably just want to use the first video of whatever we get into a marathon and try to just want to use for future marathons from that point forward.
Yeah.
Anyway, now we're gonna go get a third partner.
Yeah. So, it's time for week 3. So what happened, as we're going to find out over the course of today, is that because Joshua, spoiler alert, is in fact not dead, we already knew that. That was found out last week. I don't think we mentioned it, and text mashing. That game was null and void, so Neku's entry fee, Shiki Misaki, carries over to an additional game that Neku essentially has no choice but to play. But in addition, for entering this game, he gets another entry fee. His entry fee is the other players. So Neku's dead, basically.
Unless, of course, some Reaper defies all logic and joins Neku.
So yeah, Beat's our partner this week. Beat is by far the most difficult character for me to play. I have to... Beat's psych abilities basically revolve around skateboarding. Also, as usual, I can't play during the first fight.
I can't? I don't think so. You call that a fight?
Do you call that a fight?
That's how it's done.
Yes. I mean, I don't think taunting the noise really has a profound effect.
Seen the foundation, holding up a ragged nation. You know it in your mind, what it's like and how it lies.
So now we're running. Our plan now is to run straight to the composer's chamber, punch our way in, and yeah. It's Beat's plan, so. So now here is where we find out about everything I just mentioned. Neku's playing the game again, his entry fee being the other players.
What? Huh?
And
And
co-op.
then we get co-op. So we can't give Beat anything right now.
Oh, you meant in
I meant in terms of clothes. Yeah, we can't give
Neku
Beat...
still has another ice cream bead. That's unusual. Not a big deal, though. I must have forgotten to give him a Not a big deal, though. He has nothing else he should be eating.
Yeah, we just need... Literally the only thing we need more bravery for is the last day of the game, so we've got plenty of time to get it.
Come back when you grow a pair.
Early week Beat is kind of frustrating to use because he has very, very low amounts of each move.
So
But
fun
he
fact,
gets better over the course of the week.
So we don't actually fight these pigs here in order to get their drops. We fight them so that we can get a few really quick, easy fights.
Yeah, we want Beat to get his Brave Plus down as soon as possible, so we can start wearing actual, like, gear. Not even good gear, just, like, literally any gear at all. Enjoying those screen transitions?
Neku went down. Neku should have gone down that time. I was, like, skating the edge of the wall.
So this pig's gonna turn invisible.
No, it won't. I mean, it's supposed to, but we're not giving it a chance.
So, who's next?
That's the gimmick, is it's invisible and you have to find it. Or just do that.
Except it just walks in a straight line. So we're gonna punch our way in. It didn't work.
For the record, he has the keys to these walls. He's just being angry.
I mean, he doesn't have the key to that wall.
No, but he thought he did.
So, since we don't have the key, we'll, I guess, actually do the missions so that we don't die. So this is Beat's fusion attack tutorial. Once again, we're not actually going to do the fusion attack.
Well,
We will
they all
use
take
Beat's
26
fusion attack.
seconds. Yeah, Beat's fusion attack will get more use than everyone else's just because the enemies are getting stronger.
Ready for a beatdown?
And unfortunately, this doesn't count. This fight doesn't count. In terms of beating because it has no resistance.
I don't think so. Come and get it.
Yeah, so as you can see with Beat, I have to skate at enemies. I can do this upward slash attack, and then I can do the like hyper dash. So Beat, for me, is by far the most dynamic and difficult character to play as. But hey, it's pretty fun.
Anyway, Beat's trying to become the composer.
Yeah, because he wants to bring Rhyme back to life. That noise on his shoulder is Rhyme, basically.
Spoilers. Sense Bliss. Oh no, we lost 0.6 seconds.
Sense lissable.
We lost 0.6 seconds. Time to reset.
Yeah. So this is Mitsuki Konoishi. She's this week's Game Master. So the first Game Master's theme was food, the second one's theme was numbers. This one's theme is being scary, I think. I don't know.
She's real intimidating.
Yeah, that's kind of her thing. I mean, look at her. She's literally just...
Yeah, by Rhyme.
Yeah.
Rhyme, stop dying! Jeez, that's 3 times in one game!
Yeah. So, we only have one mission now for the next 6 days of the game, and it is to find her. She's going to hide in one place and stay there. We just have to find her. Yes, we're going that way.
We're doing any shopping today? Yes, we are.
Huh?
Yes, we're doing very important shopping today, in fact.
And that's enough money for the rest of the game.
Yep. So, now we're gonna buy some of our endgame items. We're gonna buy Beat's Fusion Level 2 and an attack boost. Then we're gonna buy 2 of these Wild Boar pendants, which give a nice attack boost. And then we're gonna take one of these and use it in addition to those sparkling silvers that we bought last week to make the King pendant,
Thanks a bunch.
which is basically Beat's ultimate item. He can't wear it yet, but when he can, it'll be worth it. You should equip stuff.
No, I shouldn't, because Beat needs his stuff first, and I'm not doing 2 manuals for 1 fight.
Fair. So now we're heading over to A East. We're chasing Konoishi. So now that Beat has betrayed the Reapers, the Reaper HQ has basically put a bounty on Beat and Neku. So all Reapers are allowed to attack them anytime they want.
And here's where things get annoying, because from this point forward, all screen transitions have a chance to
Oh, that
spawn
was
the
really
Reapers,
good.
and you have to fight them, which kind of is annoying.
That was a really good. Did you see that dash from
I
off
did
screen?
see that dash from off screen.
Very sad. It's very satisfying to line though. So yeah, now we've finished that food, which means Neku is pretty much good for the rest of the game. Don't forget to give him more ice cream.
I won't.
And
We
Beat
need to
can
go
now
to
wear
Lane.
like any decent gear at all. So that puts Beat up at like 40 bravery. He needs 42 for everything he's gonna wear. 42 being that King pendant. Everything else is within 40. So for now, Beat is going to wear the Wild Boar pendant, and Neku is going to wear the King pendant.
And Neku gets Beat gets an extra bonus for the King pendant.
Yeah.
It's edible.
That hit the
So
spot.
San Francisco, leather jacket, Wild Boar pendant, and the purple sneaks.
These purple sneaks are really good and available really early. So in 3 level ups, we'll switch their pendants.
Yep.
Now, screen transitions can have random Reapers at this point.
Not. Can they now?
Yep, this is when they start. We got one here last run. But we didn't this run.
Big money, no Reapers.
That's the only chance to get one this chapter. I think we've estimated that we're not 100% sure, but we think they have something between a 20 and 30% chance of spawning at every screen transition.
Yeah. So basically the plot of this week is every Reaper is going to try and kill us. So now we're going to fight like everyone. Did you know that Sevens was a Reaper? Because yeah,
Not
he's
in
a...
chapter 1.
I was talking to the viewers. Yeah, Sevens is a Reaper. Yeah, and he's gonna try and kill us now. Beat is terrible against aerial enemies.
Yeah, this is one of the most annoying fights. That's one of the smoothest of that fight we've ever done.
Oh yeah, no, by far that was really good.
That might be the smoothest that fight we've ever done. That fight is a nightmare with all the bats.
So Sevens is like, okay, fine, you win. And he gives us his level 2 key pin. Basically another thing of this week is we're going to be collecting key pins, basically.
So we can just take down the
And then
ourselves.
Sevens gets erased, because anyone who helps us this week is going to get erased.
Yeah, see, normally Reapers aren't allowed to attack us until day 7.
I already explained that.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, everyone's attacking us. So now it's time for an old friend. Our boy, and by our boy, I mean our bat. Terrapus Ganor, who's way easier with Beat, I should say. Come on. If you get
Not to
high
mention
bat
it.
spawns there. That was really bad on my part.
It should be fine.
So this is Beat's attack. You want to click cards so that the 2 cards around them will meet up and be the same color. If it chains, they'll keep chaining. If you pick wrong,
It won't do anything.
yeah, it'll waste time.
Not much.
This should kill. The thing is, this time with this fight, when the boss reaches...
Come on, come on, come on! Damn it, we didn't hit the face skip. Although that was ridiculous.
I didn't even do the attack.
Yes, you did. You did it by mistake.
Okay.
That was ridiculously fast. Good job. Anyway, yeah, we were 1 hit shy of the phase shift.
That happens a lot. So yeah, that time we actually have to kill the little golden bat as well. And this is where, this is one of the, I believe this is one of the Death Smosh remix of, one of the songs. If you listen to one of those vocal lines, it has that megaphone effect. So yeah, basically what's happening this week is we run around, fight a Reaper, and then that Reaper decides to help us, and then that Reaper dies. More or less. That's not universally true. But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they just get brainwashed.
So today's main Reaper is Uzuki, who is currently the acting game master because Mitsuki Konoichi is in hiding. So she challenges us to a game of good old Reaper Sport number 4. As we established way earlier in the game, Reaper Sport 3 is see who can kill more players, and Reaper Sport 2 is something I forget what. Hide and seek. And Reaper Sport 1 is Russian roulette.
According to Beat, so that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, so Beat sneezed while Uzuki was explaining what Reaper Sport 4 was. So we have no idea what it is. Beat insists that it's Reaper Creeper. So our goal is to now convince this guy to play Reaper Creeper, but he's trying to stop using Reaper Creeper to solve his problems. I love that line from Neku there. Must trust partner.
Alright, so once again, every screen transition has a chance of spawning a Reaper. So we're just gonna hope for no Reapers.
Big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers. Nice.
Alright, there's only 2 left this chapter. This isn't a long chapter.
Yeah. Yeah, none of the chapters in this week are long because they're all full of fights. No Reapers.
I'm not even sure if Reaper can happen on the last screen transition, because it immediately starts the Uzuki fight.
So Makoto's business failed and his boss's business failed, and this is where they have their little capitalism heart-to-heart. The boss is like, I'm gonna use Reaper Creeper to give Makoto good advice. And then Neku's like, no, he needs to solve this problem
Slightly
himself.
faster to say no.
If you make the boss Reaper Creeper, he'll give Makoto bad advice, which means you won't unlock something in post-game, but you can come back and do it again. If you make him solve his own problems, he'll give Makoto good advice, which inspires Makoto to go keep doing the Shadow Ramen thing.
But doing it right this time.
Yeah, and after this Shadow Ramen, once you do that and don't Reaper Creep there, Shadow Ramen will actually be open for you to shop in.
Anyway, you get less dialogue if you say yes to Reaper Creeper, but you have to play Reaper Creeper, which is slightly slower.
Yeah. So now we learned some, the fact that Beat and Rhyme are sisters, which are sisters. Beat and Rhyme are siblings. Beat is a strong and good boy, excuse me.
Which you would have never just assumed by the fact that they look the same, dress the same, and
Yeah,
are really
exactly.
close. And the bigger twist is that Rhyme's entry fee made her not remember that, except for it wasn't really Rhyme's entry fee. Twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get a Reaper there.
Yeah, so Reaper Sport 4 was actually Tag. Tag.
Yeah, so Azuki gets frustrated that we weren't playing, and then Neku takes advantage to just tag.
And so then she decides to kill us.
Because she's real mad at that.
Uzuki is not good at handling her anger. Fighting done well with Beat is really satisfying.
And Azuki's a really easy boss.
Yeah, we basically don't let her do anything. But because of how much I have to move Beat around the screen, aiming hits and continuing to attack well enough to keep up the sync meter is pretty difficult, but it's fun. So from that fight we get Casual Pendulum, which is the improved version of Pop Pendulum, which we're going to use in Pop Pendulum's place.
Yep, it's slightly better.
So then Kadia is like, okay, you beat Uzuki in her game, but she's being a piss baby, so here, play a game against me, and then I'll give you your rhyme pin, no twists, no surprises, I promise.
To be fair, he is telling the truth.
Yeah,
He
is actually telling the truth. We will get the rhyme pin after this.
Well, I mean, it's not his fault.
Yeah. So Kadia's game is we have to unlock boxes.
It's Saw. It's Saw if Saw was just about fighting things. It's like a modern day Saw in the same way that the ramen story was a modern day Romeo and Juliet.
Be sure to check out our YouTube channels where we do film critic videos.
Oh my god.
See, you would actually be good at that. I wouldn't. But yeah, so our game is to open these boxes by fighting specific noise.
I don't know about specifically film.
So we need to do top left, bottom right of these noise, and then press the button on the box and it will unlock.
There's some pieces of paper on the floor that tell you the answer, but
They're the same every time, so.
Watch yourself.
so why watch bonus cutscenes? This was a really good encounter. Enemies.
I don't think so. That was nothing.
Have you ever thought such a day would come?
You're good as gone. I don't think so.
By the way, the difference between the casual pendulum and the pendulum I'm wearing is minor enough that I'm not going to go bother to change it until the next time I would have to menu anyway.
Come on.
That's one level closer to beat wearing the King Pendant.
Which we're also not going to, which is also a minor enough difference that we're going to wait until.
I mean, that's 4 additional attack. I disagree.
No, but it's -2, it's 2 additional attack. Because Neku loses 2 and Beat gains 4.
Yeah. So now we have to actually, you have to stand still to get the dialogue prompt from Beat, which is annoying.
But you also have to walk over to the right, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter which order you do it in.
Yeah, so we got the level 2 keep-in, or I think that was the level 1 keep-in.
Yeah, they took our key pins when we started this and put them in the boxes.
At the end of last chapter, Kadia gave us his level 3 keep-in.
But then he took all 3 of them.
So then, when we get out here, oh, there's another box! So the gimmick for this box is we have to fight the big boys. There's 4 big boys.
Fighting anything that isn't a big boy will make the pin fail. And the great thing about this is that even though I am well aware that I'm picking the right noises, I am still terrified that I'm picking the wrong ones every run, even though we've literally never made that mistake.
Yep.
Have some more. Let's see it. I don't think so. Quit on.
That was smooth.
Yeah, I'm getting much better at beat combat is part of it.
You know, it'd be really cool if it existed. What if there was like a multiplayer freeway where you have to be versus combat?
Oh, that would be really cool, yeah.
I don't think it would be great competitively, like I think it's a little too finicky for that. But I think it would be super fun casually. I was kind of finessed with my pins, but it's
Yeah,
okay.
the first fight was good. The second one was alright.
So there's 4 total of these, but you can only get, they always spawn in the exact same place, because orange noise always spawn in the exact same place, and you can only get 2 on screen at a time.
Yep.
What's out now, man? Enough! Get out!
If you wanna... Unfortunately, we dropped 6 there.
It's okay. They all died fast.
Watch yourself. Coming, Jack. Have some more. Have some more. Slam. I don't think
So at some point, TM, I got an upgrade for Beat called Power Combo. You get it from a cutscene somewhere. That adds an additional attack to Beat's up swipe move where he does that down slam, which makes that move less useless. And actually makes it quite useful. Before the down slam, it's kind of...
We got more rare metal, not that we need it at this point.
That's Beat's first hot dog, right?
Yep, so we need to get Beat a hot dog, which is a great excuse to come into the menu anyway. And we're gonna take
He has Bravery 42, so we're good to go.
that hit the spot.
So we're gonna switch their pendants.
Does Neko need more? No.
So the pendants have, yeah, Beat gets a bonus attack there. And then Casual Pendulum, since we're gonna use this anyway. And now that we've killed all 4.
Got a sec?
What? Ah!
There's a box in the box.
So, and then the puzzle this time is we have to just kill certain noise positioned in certain spots.
It's all the noise in the middle of the rooms.
Yeah, essentially. This room has a chain of 4 noise. We kill the 2 in the middle. And then the other room, we kill the 1 in the middle. They're pretty easy to identify from visual cues, luckily. So
Yeah, there's a sign. There's a yellow sign in the background of this one. It's the 2 behind the yellow sign. For the other one, it's the 2. It's the one that's not in front of a window.
Come back when you
Yeah.
grow a pair.
Window. Passageway, I guess.
opening.
It's a window-esque. The Great Shibuya window.
God, I hate windows.
Come back when you grow a pair. Hell yeah! That was
See, unlike the other 2, this one spans across both screens.
ready for a beatdown.
Another thing is about Beat is that I really only need one hand.
Have some more.
I mean, technically you're supposed to hold it in one hand. It helps with aiming a lot if you hold the Joy-Con.
Yeah, I use 2 hands for Shiki usually, 1 for Joshua, except for 2 for Laser Joshua, and for Beat I only use 2 for the like hyper slide attack, because that one's hard to aim.
I hold the Joy-Con in 2 hands the entire time.
Well, yeah, because you have the chains to do,
And I also have the
which
mash.
is the exact kind of attack that I use 2 hands.
It's also
for as
easier
well.
to mash with 2 thumbs.
Yeah. So we got our level 3 key pin back.
So we can
now we
leave.
can leave.
Or can we?
Oh, Beat is sulking.
Yeah, Beat's gotta go be sad about his sister dying. Jeez,
Yeah, so
what a
this is-
crybaby.
Yeah, so this is where Beat and Rhyme died, as it turns out.
And it was all Beat's fault.
Wow. I mean, I know we've speedrun this game a bunch, but that's a little too far.
Yeah. And he is blaming himself.
Anyways, they can leave now. Their challenge was to get to Tower Records, to meet Kadia.
Anyway, he's not here, so we're gonna scan for him, which doesn't make any sense.
We're just indulging Beat, really.
But it does reveal that everyone's been brainwashed and that we can't read their brains.
Huh?
So here's Kadia.
So now we get to fight Kadia. He's...
Ready for a beatdown. Game on.
He's got a lot more health than Izuku, so it's not too much of a problem. I mean, the thing is...
One problem with Cuddy after beat is that he's extremely skinny, which makes doing my, like, up dash attack actually fairly difficult.
Still not.
But yeah, once we're on 2.0 sync, that health bar has been out.
Still a decent fight. I mean, we literally didn't let Katia attack at all.
Never would have thought.
Hell yeah! That was Hairspring queens get on their way to the nest. The West, honest, they once had a dream. Bells of society, shells of the unity, cornets and spinners. The sound flows, follow their home, dragged by the power of dreams.
The power is yet unknown. So now we fight them both. So what's going to happen for the first health bar is that one of them is going to disappear at a time.
Although we're going to try to prevent that. Which we did. This just lets both of them be on screen, which increases our odds of attacking them more. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It also makes the fight a little harder in terms of the whole not dying thing. Good luck, buddies.
So we should probably need to focus on Kadia now.
No, that was Izuku. Izuku tried to get away.
Oh well. Yeah, ideally you want them both on screen, but... He's just chilling off screen, apparently.
Well, that was annoying.
We should still be able to hit with the sneak attack.
We don't need to. Not at this point.
Ready to clock out?
Well, yeah, Kadia was just, we must have just knocked him off screen.
Yeah, and he was in the
just-
middle of an attack, so he didn't come back.
Never would have thought.
That's a first.
Oh, oh.
So that pin is finally really good now.
Yeah, and that's Innocence Beam. That's the final evolution. It is really good.
You've seen the foundation, holding up a ragged nation. You know it in your mind.
So
it-
to make up for the fact that that rhyme pin was a fake, Kadia gives us his level 4 key pin,
You know now is the time.
which we're gonna use to open some doors.
Anyway, they're talking about it. And as it turns out, oh, those O-pins don't do anything. O-pin. Anyway, it looks like they do something after all. Oh, and Pieface is alive.
Yep.
And is merged with Taboo Noise. 0.4 seconds.
Dang, I thought our combat in that chapter was really good. Too.
Not in that. We got Katia stuck off the screen.
Ah, yeah, that's fair. That did lose quite a bit of time. So we decided to go to Cap Street today.
Foundation, holding up a ragged nation. You know it in your mind, what it's like and how it lies.
No, we don't.
You want the right,
We go to Itagawa today.
the right to get another portion. You know now.
First, we get the Negotiator.
Come on in. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Thanks a bunch.
The Negotiator is a really, really, really good item that we're going to give to Beat. It gives us an additional 4 attack and a base sync boost.
Which doesn't matter, but the attack is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's where Reapers really start to be an issue. I think they increase... I think they go up to like 35-ish% today, and they're tougher. Anyway.
Big
And
money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers. Good luck so far. So far.
Come on. So there's one guaranteed at the end of this screen.
Yeah.
So we want an item it drops, so we're gonna turn the difficulty up to hard, because we want the hard mode
Hard difficulty drop, and then we're also going to turn down to level 1.
to guarantee it, yeah.
Yeah, this should basically guarantee, this Reaper is hopefully going to drop, or really any of these Reapers on hard will drop the Natural Puppy Resonance pin, which increases the power of Natural Puppy pins. And we're using like 3 or 4 Natural Puppy pins, so that is a huge boost.
It does make one fight kinda tough, but it's okay.
So yeah, all of the Reapers and all of the people have been brainwashed. We don't know why. But yeah, we're doing this on level 1 hard. Kaylee, please do not die.
We've never died on this fight before. Also, just as a note in terms of dying, if this was, say, in a marathon, and you did die, it wouldn't actually matter that much.
Yeah,
It
you just
starts
restart the fight.
Yeah.
It's slow, but it's not the end of the world. It's not one of my other submissions, which actually, interestingly enough, after like 2 years of the game being run, we finally found a backup strat for the soft blockable, or the pseudo soft blockable boss skip. But
once thought
that's
to be
for
soft.
another video.
The once thought to be soft blockable.
I guess I should make a new commentary video for that since I just got a ridiculous.
Anyway, we got the thing. So we're gonna get rid of this natural bones pin. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is yoink.
Yeah, so if we hadn't gotten that, we would have kept it down. Because on this next screen is one of my favorite fights in the game that we lovingly...
That was a mistake.
No, we need to do that, don't we?
No, we don't.
No, okay.
I just misclicked.
Focus.
We need to scan is what we need to do. Next screen, we're going to get what I like to call the Reaper Repeater, because there's just a bunch of Reapers. If we hadn't gotten the NP Resonance pin from that mandatory Reaper, we would have kept down to level 1 hard for the Reaper Repeater.
It's like an above 90% chance that we get the pin from that Reaper, though.
Yeah, exactly. So first, we're gonna go do some shopping.
Yep. We're not actually gonna spend any money, though. We're just gonna go into
Hello. Thank
not
you.
that store.
Floor 2.
Hello.
We're gonna buy beat and attack boost.
Thank you.
Yep. Then we're gonna leave.
So fun fact, although you have to do this fight at the exit, you can still get a random Reaper afterwards, so we'll just hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. So for this fight, we're going to use a sync attack as soon as we hit 200%. What this is going to do is kill all of the Reapers on the screen, which is going to end the fight even though more Reapers would have spawned otherwise. We don't actually understand why this is the case.
It's thought to be it's because,
There's nothing on screen, so the fight just ends. It could also be that it kills all of the Reapers that are off screen, even though we can't see them. We don't really know, but we know it works, so... And 5.6, even, that wasn't super great,
it doesn't, I mean, it would have been enough even with like a 2.0. Like, that was massive overkill. But it doesn't take more time to play than anyone, so whatever. Like, that was not a boss. They would have died really easily from all that. Anyway, into the back streets. So, after this cutscene, there's still a chance because the cutscene doesn't transition you. Alright, we've gotten no random Reapers this game so far, which is
Shopping
kind
first,
of
shopping
amazing.
first.
I was going in.
Hey, man.
So now we're gonna buy Beats Fusion level sticker. We didn't get the rare medal that we wanted to get that bonus attack sticker. No big deal.
It's -1 attack on beat.
Yeah, it's not significant. It's worth grabbing if you can. Take a picture of 4 days ago, and we found out, no way, Mr. Hanakoma was helping with this taboo noise sigil. That's weird.
Anyway, we're gonna go back and visit his cafe totally today. Ah, these two said they were gonna leave us alone. Well, nothing suspicious here. Alright, see you two. You two are friends.
So yeah, they've also been brainwashed by JRPG villainy. So now we have to do this fight again. They actually switch order of who goes off screen first this time.
Yep, we didn't quite get Korea, which is not a big
It's
deal.
extremely difficult to grab Karia right away in this fight. Ah. Not a great fight. He's trying to land an attack on Izuki, but like I mentioned in the solo Kadia fight, these two are tall and skinny, which actually makes them difficult to attack for Beat. Beat, please? Okay, we didn't lose our sync somehow.
Got it, 2.0, 300%.
Yeah, so this is going to very much kill them.
So those sync bonuses we buy sometimes, they let you go up an additional 100%. They also give you a little damage boost for a specific attack on the final boss. Each one you buy gives you more of that damage boost, which is pretty nice.
Let's start it out. No, let's end it.
2.0 sync?
They have a lot of health.
Ah, that's true. Yeah,
It'll do
Beat's
a
level
very
3 attack is surfboard.
Nope, never mind, they're dead. Beat's the only one we power all the way up because of how much we use this thing.
Yeah.
And they drop their pin. Lolita Bat, which in our casual playthrough we have like 50 of.
Yeah, they start to drop like crazy in post-game.
Anyway, everyone's done eating now. No more eating. Hey Alexis, is it weird that I can only eat while beating up noise?
Nice. Save a couple seconds. So now, today, we're going to go to Cat Street because we just saw Mr. Hanakoma and the noise sigil, and we're like, hey, what's up with that, buddy?
So this is the most random chapter in the game.
Yeah, we just have a ton of screen transitions to go through.
That's the entire chapter. You do nothing but go through screen transitions.
We've done this once where it was
Literally zero, yeah.
no Reapers, so...
Alright, we got through the first one.
Big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers.
Got through the second one.
Big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers.
Got through the third one.
Big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers, big money, no Reapers. This is a lot of this.
Got through the fourth
The
one.
odds are pretty low of Reapers, but they can happen.
Well,
we had a
per screen
ridiculously...
transition.
It adds up. We had a ridiculously bad luck run the other day.
This is a cutscene, not a Reaper.
Yes.
But you
then
can still get a Reaper
after
after the
it.
cutscene, yeah. Ah, boo.
You knew it was coming.
I didn't. Let's hope
All
for
right,
at
which
least a friendly Reaper.
fight? Okay.
This
yeah,
is not a
isn't
bad
too
one, yeah.
The Reapers fights can have a couple different layouts. This is one of the quicker ones to handle. The small enemies plus one Reaper. The ideal fight is the two Reaper fight. The two Reapers are really easy to kill. And the worst one is the you can get one of those big rhinos plus a Reaper, which is a huge pain.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, so there goes
A few seconds, yeah.
35 seconds or so.
Not quite, but...
Something like that. So yeah, we made it to Cat Street. Now let's go talk to Mr. Hanakoma.
Oh god, his place has been ransacked!
Ah! So Beat is gonna try and use the camera. Wait, Beat, no! So yeah, the camera only has 3 uses per day, so...
And Beat just wasted all of them, but
but-
he got lucky and found the one piece of information we could have used.
So we find Mr. Hanakoma's safe. We get a level 5 key pin, which can open the composer's chamber. And also, we take $200 from this small cafe.
It's not like he needs it.
I like how there's just this Lolita convention going on outside over here.
Alright, so... we have a single-digit number of screen transitions left in the entire game. I believe we have 2 more today.
2 Reapers is bad.
That's about average, I think.
Ready for a
Ah, yes, look, our pins are trending in the overpass.
have some more. Get out! Come on! Quit hogging! Like that? Yeah! Quit hogging! Coming get it! Get out! Ow! Booyah! Booyah!
Hey, Beat, wanna actually hit enemies?
I don't think so.
That fight is bad.
Yeah, that was kind of sloppy.
That's how it's done.
No big deal. 2 Reapers is what it is. It's kind of how this game goes.
Yeah, there's only one more chance today, and then there's a chance of 3 Reapers tomorrow. So let's hope for not another Reaper. Alright, we're good.
And so now we're gonna turn the difficulty to hard and set down to level 1. Like I
And you
mentioned
know what
earlier,
that means.
the category is normal. We're only allowed to use normal or harder, so you can use hard mode freely.
And you know what this means.
It's time to win.
Well, obviously we want the drop here is why we did that, right?
Zeta duh! So yeah, Minamimoto's back, and he doesn't have a hat anymore. Which is real weird, because we're gonna get his hat later.
Which is the best hat in the run.
Yeah, I don't know where it comes from, because he's not wearing it.
Maybe it's in his pocket. God damn it.
Zeta slows. You're out of your vector.
Come on.
You're out of your vector.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
One hit.
Minaminono! Come. Ugh.
Please kill us, thanks.
Prepare to be iterated.
We have never had this much difficulty dying.
Finally! Jeez, Minamimoto.
The projectiles have really small hitboxes, which would be a good thing.
If we were trying to not die. We also have a ridiculous number of iframes in the dash, which is very hard to not do. Well, we lost a full minute there. More than, actually.
Oh well.
Anyway, time for our final day.
What?
Do not set it to easy, please.
The game was being weird for a second there. Ah, boo!
Jerks.
This is making sure we don't PB, isn't it? And we got the worst possible Reaper spawn.
I mean, this is what spawns on day 7. If you get a Reaper, you get these giant dragons.
No, there's a few possibilities of what this spawn. It's just the worst one. This dragon feels like a million health.
I don't think so. Shred this! Shred this! Come and get it! Come on! I ain't done yet.
Yeah, that was bad.
That's how it's done.
God, I hate these. I wish you could turn them off.
Yeah, randomness in games.
Really? Wow, this is the meanest. Yeah, you don't get a PB today. Sorry, everyone.
Beat down! I can't! Quit boring! Enough! Shred this! Come on! Come on! You alright? Come and get it! I can't? Come and get it! You'll have some more! Have some more! You call that a fight?
That's how it's done.
Alright, so this probably isn't going to be a PB now.
Yeah, that was really bad luck.
We still have a chance for 2 more. This is the last one that can spawn in a game after the cutscene. We got it! We got it! The bad luck run!
Oh, I just want to these jerks.
These are not as bad as the
So you it's already dead.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of health. They can just be annoying.
Oh my god, Beat, please do anything. Thank you. 3 Reapers in like 5 screen transitions.
4. It's 3 and 4.
It's absurd.
They have like a 35% chance to spawn in each one.
At
Like,
most.
I think they get stepped up on day 6, but... You can't run away from them, by the way, if that's what you're wondering.
Huh?
Yeah, we lost a minute and a half there to those, probably about.
Oh well, we'll do good final boss, and then...
Still not PB.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean... It's time loss, and that's
That's
it.
part.
That's it, really. There's no other effective Reapers.
Yeah, I think this is a good demonstration, anyway, for a submission video of this is the worst things could possibly get.
Yeah. So it turns out Mitsuki Konoishi, remember we were looking for her? She's been hiding in Beat's shadow.
Okay,
She did say she would stay in one place. This is just a power she has. God, I love her. She's so great. Now we're gonna fight her. This fight
What?
can be annoying sometimes. Fusion attacks basically don't work.
Oh yeah, no.
And the beginning of this fight, we're at the mercy of random spawns.
Yeah, if you get really, really unlucky, you can get no black noise because you need to basically shove black noise into a void. And if you get no black noise, you have to spend like 20 seconds wiping out all the noise there and letting new noise spawn.
Yeah, but even if you do get black noise, it's hard to just throw into a pit.
Yeah, but that's more just an expected. It's gonna take 20 seconds for it to get over there.
Your good is gone.
Yeah, there's a crab.
It's okay. I'll start getting sucked in soon. Here it
Yeah,
comes.
so now we just wait for this crab to enter the void. And then we destroy Mitsuki Konoishi's persona.
Yep. And once one's in, we can pretty easily fix that.
Yeah, the rest of this fight is really easy.
Yeah, this is this boss has a lot of different phases that all behave very differently. So what you can't really tell in this phase by the way we fight is that while I'm not throwing out attacks, I'm actually being sucked down towards the bottom of the screen. And even the thing doesn't work 100% of the time it's going to keep.
Yeah,
anyway,
so in this phase, I am the only one who can deal damage because she has had all of her pins stolen, but I can only deal damage while Neku is standing in her shadow, and the hitboxes are
and
questionable.
doing fine movement with walking is kind of hard because...
Anyways, that was really good. Now we get the rhyme pin. We just snagged it from her.
This phase is really easy. There's
And
gonna be
then-
sparkly light, and then I just mash A over here. Rhyme pin will come down and do a bunch of damage, and you can kind of do the rest of it. And
Yeah.
done. Easy boss. So that's one of 3 bosses in the end game.
Wouldn't be JRPG without a boss
I
gauntlet.
guess it's more of 4, 3, 4. One of them's arguably a phase 2,
So, who's next?
but it does have like a screen transition before it and everything. Oh, hey, we got the rare drop from this boss.
Nice.
Can't use that for anything, but we got it.
Nope, we can't transfer that to our New Game Plus file.
Yeah, whatever. They're not too hard to farm if you turn the difficulty down, up and turn your level down.
Huh?
So, it's a JRPG final boss gauntlet. We can't go back now. We have to go beat the video game.
And Shiki's back.
Cheeky!
We beat the Game Master, so the game ended. So that means that we get Shiki back. Beat got the Rhyme Pin back. I guess all the other players were dumped somewhere.
They were dumped in having won the game. So yeah, we found a heap. And turns out Pieface is under it, dead. Once again, not wearing a hat, but we find his hat here anyways. So Pieface's cap is the best item we basically can get in New Game. We're gonna give it to Neku. This was the whole reason we farmed Neku up to 75 bravery. That gave us a huge attack boost. And that was compared to the San Francisco with already high attack. The world is ending with you, Cyreno. That's what's going on. We also just had our PB stolen from us by RNG.
Like, literally the worst possible RNG, yeah.
3 and 4 bad lucks, with the bad luck being low odds. So now Shiki has been, red pinified. Because remember those red pins that had no plot relevance? Yeah, they were actually this guy's brainwashing tool.
Come and get it.
So this is, oh gosh, now that I can remember Mitsuki Konoishi, I can never remember this guy's name.
His name is Shades, don't worry about it.
Shades. He says try harder a lot, despite the fact that we are very clearly beating him up. Like, very objectively winning this fight.
As we said, you see a lot more of this card game.
Bring it.
Yeah. That was a really good fight.
Yep. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, we can't finish the 4 minutes.
And that's how it's You get a ridiculous amount of pin experience from that fight for no apparent reason. You also get the best pin in the game, Lightning Rock.
Just in time to be useful on one boss.
3 bosses. So
Yeah.
Shiki's gonna try and attack us with the quadruple Mr. Mew attack. Then Neku's gonna go in to destroy her red skull pin while Beat takes the brunt of the attack. So essentially what's happened is Beat and Shiki have knocked each other out, and now Neku's on his own. But he is going to forge on to the Composer's Chamber.
That Nanakiri is not useful anymore because having that kind of proximity to the final couple bosses is really bad.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, we need a spot for Lightning Rook, so hey, it's a win-win.
So, now our JRPG villain, in true JRPG villain fashion, reveals his true master plan. He has decided that Shibuya has become terrible, and it's full of anger and fear and hate and stuff like that. And his solution to this problem, in true JRPG villain fashion, is that he's going to brainwash everyone into not having free will so that there's no more problems. So naturally, we're not a big fan of this plan.
Except for I totally picked the dialogue options that said we were a big fan of this plan, not that it matters.
Yeah.
Because it's slightly faster to pick those options. There's slightly less dialogue.
Yeah, so now we fight Shades' persona, which is a big snake. We do this once with Shiki and then once with Beat, so I get to play more as Shiki, which is great because Shiki's really easy to play as.
Unfortunately, she doesn't have great gear because we haven't had her since week 1.
No. And she doesn't have that biker jacket.
And the music gets a little metal.
A little metal.
This won't be hard.
I'm gonna go stand in the corner
doing
because I'm
these
immune to
attacks.
all attacks in this corner.
Here it comes.
So yeah, back to playing Shiki, mostly just using Mr. Mew Lariat.
Here it comes.
There's only one thing the boss could do to me here. And it's push the tail down, which will not do damage to me, but will force me into an area. But if that happens, I can just run over to the other side.
Nice.
No!
Here it comes.
Bubble at that point is no good. Bubble at the beginning can be good because it lets you be in this screen where basically you're just here and you can just wail on the boss.
I feel like at this point it's still probably good, honestly.
Here it comes.
Anyway, boss.
So yeah, that was the Shiki. Now we do the same fight again, essentially, except it's a little harder, and I play as Beat. which in some makes it a lot harder for me.
Yeah, melee is not great against this boss, and that's all you got.
But we do also way more damage because Beat has way higher power. Something power level. So yeah, because Beat has all the good gear.
Some more. Come and get it. With order. I don't think so.
Also, I don't know if I mentioned this at literally any point in this entire run, but I can't take any damage at ever. So, also, I'm done playing the game now.
Yep. Now, unless I can beat this next boss in 30 seconds, including the 30-second cutscene, we can't beat. Thanks, luck.
Just slam the split button right now.
Yeah, cheating!
I love you, Lori. You might have already left.
Probably.
Watch yourself.
I mean, this is kind of the end of the game. So, like the last boss, there's only one attack the boss can do that can hit you if you stand in this exact spot. And that attack does very, very minimal damage.
Right behind you.
And because of these like little sync attacks that play during the fight, you heal after them, so even if you have a little trouble finding the spot, you can kind of adjust into it. So we got a... So the thing that happens on the top screen there is that the little animation for the start of a sync attack plays, and then you have to do the movement for their attack. And if you do, you get a little bit of free damage. You can't prevent it; it's going to happen. So it's not really a matter of if it's faster or not to have the animation up.
What do you think?
And if you don't do it, it's even slower because you have to wait it out, and the boss heals.
I just realized, it's actually, so when we played this game casually, we didn't realize that was a thing that you could do. It's actually very specifically unintuitive in co-op. The positions that the characters up there are in their bubbles actually fairly strongly resemble the non-co-op partner pins. So I think that's what you're supposed to recognize. But you wouldn't know that for co-op mode, so.
Or if you were playing on the touchscreen. So unless you were playing in one specific of the 3 game modes that the game offers. Yay, we did it.
Yeah, Reapers took that run from us, but...
2 minutes and 14 seconds. Oh my gosh, Reapers. Literally 4 minutes, I can do math. We're at the end of the 3.5 hour speed run, forgive me. I think we can just leave it here.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we're still going to submit this for commentary because it's a commentated run.
Yep. And I'll upload and submit our PB from yesterday for the leaderboards.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching. This has been The World Ends With You. By the way, Joshua is God, and the reason this entire thing happened was because Joshua, the composer, and Shades, the conductor, were playing a game to decide the fate of Shibuya. The game not being played by Joshua, but by Joshua's chosen proxy, Neku. There's the plot. Thanks for watching.
Bye!
Bye-bye.
Oh wait, I need to find someone to host. I don't just hit stop streaming, because that's a waste of having the opportunity to host. Let's just see who's streaming.
Oh, Witch's Hex is streaming.
I'll host Witch's Hex, yeah.
Our boy Vaniv is streaming.
Well, let's see who's... Let's see our full list.
Caesar is streaming.
Let's see our full list. Let's see the full
No
list.
Reset at DreamHack Atlanta is live. Sporting Marathons is cool.
Sure, we'll go with Fanif. First suggestion.